Suck a dick, baby.
Suck a dick. Suck a dick.
Super Idol Nation on Domain.
Shut up, Garnt.
Hello and welcome to the final episode of Trash Taste
Ever.
in 2022.
Oh, you got me.
I
got us in the first half.
I got you there. I got you there.
I don't think anyone would have fell for that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, welcome to Trash Taste. I'm your host for today, Garnt, and with me, as
What's
usual,
that
are the
surprise?
boys.
It's like, fuck, it didn't work.
Because it's the end of the year, guys. You know, it's the end of the year. It's the start of a new year.
Do you get sad at the end of the year? I always get excited.
I get...
That sounds like an AI prompt. Do you get sad? I get excited.
It's like this
Are
AI.
you sad? Garnt is sad. I am happy.
It's like this AI generated tweets.
Yeah, that didn't sound like a human way of asking it.
What was a human way of asking
why,
it?
Okay, why would you ask, are you sad? By the way, I'm happy. Explain what is the mindset of that?
No, my mindset is I always get excited at the end of the year because it's like
Okay.
turning over a new leaf.
Why would he
you
be
get
sad?
excited. Huh?
Why would he be sad?
Well, Garnt was saying this is like, oh, it's the end of the year. I'm a bit sad, and it's like sounding sad. I'm like, oh, do you get sad?
I don't get sad. I get like...
We are talking about sad, Garnt.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to make sure.
I just realized that Trash
I'm
Taste-
doing okay, guys. I'm
Yeah.
doing okay. I'm not sad, by the way.
We should just get AI to write this fucking podcast.
Oh my god, we did an episode where an entire Trash Days episode is written by AI.
We should do an episode, and we should 100% do this. Where everything we talk about is an AI prompt.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an
There you
interesting
go.
episode.
First episode of 2023.
This Trash Taste episode has been AI generated. So
feed
Joey, what do
everything
you
in.
think of chicken feet? How do you feel about chicken feet?
It is gelatinous and delicious, nutritious. Yeah,
You were saying.
So you were saying, what emotions do you feel at the end of the year?
What emotions do I feel? Like a little bit of excitement. I think everyone's always excited for the new year to start, but like, I don't know, something about going into a new year, right? The January, February month, you're still like mourning the past year. It always feels like, you know, I was trying to find a word to use, but it doesn't feel like doesn't feel like the new year has like
It feels like
properly
previous
started.
year version 2.
Yeah.
Nah.
You still like mentally, you're still like turning over to the new year.
Yeah, I guess because there's no big like kind of like Earth doesn't have this built-in program that is like it is now reset.
Yeah.
It's
The soft reset.
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, well, it's next day, innit?
Yeah.
It's that period where, like, especially when you're in school and you had to, like, you know, write the date on, you know, your paper or whatever, and it's always just like, oh, okay, January 2nd, 2020. Oh wait, I'm in 2023 now. Whoopsies. You know, everyone had it. Everyone went through that shit.
Yeah.
Didn't Finding Nemo come out in 2008 or something? I feel so old. I just thought about that. That always makes me,
Why were you thinking of
for some reason, whenever I think about when Finding Nemo was released, it makes me feel old.
Why Finding Nemo?
Because I can remember watching and getting excited for Finding Nemo.
Yeah, I had a birthday party. Remember?
Yeah, and every year that passes, I'm like, holy shit, I can remember that.
Wait, what year?
And that is a
What year
long
did
time.
Finding Nemo come out? 2003.
See what I mean? Every year, I think it's way sooner. 2003, Finding Nemo came
It
out.
came out 20 years ago.
That's fucked up.
As of tomorrow.
I remember.
You guys?
I remember Finding Nemo coming out. That was the shit.
Yeah.
That's like
Fucking amazing. I had traumatic nightmares with fucking Bruce the Shark.
Dude, he's hype.
That's like
He was
me.
not hype. He was the opposite of hype. He was scary as shit.
Do you ever have this thing where there's like certain shows or movies or something else that in your mind feel new, even though they're like fucking 10 years old now or something like that?
Oh, like of a recent memory?
Yeah, like for me, like I have like so many anime that for me like feel new.
Gurren Lagann
and
feels like
current.
it came out 2 years ago.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann
Always.
feels like came out 2 years ago.
Always.
It's like 15 or something years old. I also feel that with like League Champions as well. I don't know if you feel this as well, Connor, where I feel like to me,
I definitely feel that.
yeah, to me, like a champion, like for example, like Azir feels new to me,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and it's just like, I know he's fucking decades old now and something like that. And it's
Totally relate.
yeah, you can relate, right,
Yeah.
Joey?
Hashtag relatable.
Fucking Hanzo means. That's
Overwatch.
Oh, that's Overwatch. Okay. I know my references.
I don't know. I think looking back at the year, it's I don't really get sad, to answer your question and just going completely off topic.
Yeah.
Sort of. I don't really get sad. I normally try to remember the highlights. And if something bad did happen, it's like, okay, well, am I kind of past that now?
Yeah, because I feel like, especially of recently, you know, of like with the whole fucking doomer culture especially among like
What
young
is Duma
kids.
culture?
You know, just like fucking people just
the
being like,
world's going
oh,
wrong.
you know, the
Well,
world's
the
going
world
to
is pretty
shit.
shit.
This year was
Alright,
horrible. And I'm like,
world is
okay,
pretty
yeah.
shit right now.
Yeah. No, the world is definitely shit. But I feel like now it's like kind of the thing to just be like fucking pessimistic and negative about shit, even if it's like not necessarily something that you should be pessimistic about. Like, you know, it's like having a forward like thinking or being positive about something is like seen as uncool now.
I mean, I get it. I get it. I mean, I don't know that I'm British. I get it because I feel like
We've been doing that shit for thousands of years.
I will admit that like there's never been a time in like the past like 40, 50, 60 years where it was as shit to be a young person. It's never been like, in terms of if you're just the average, not like talking about ours or whatever, but like if you were like an average person who was like 15, 16, it's not looking great. Like a lot of modern developed countries, it's getting a lot more top heavy with age, and then there's a lot of social issues going on.
Yes, of course.
Jobs don't pay as much as say rent, and buying a house is like impossible. So
Oh, no, I totally get
understand
that.
where a lot of the anxiety comes from in terms of being pessimistic. And it's hard to be like, hey, no, dude, just be positive. And it's like, well, yeah, a lot of people saying that their lives are going good. So I understand why they'd want to be pessimistic. But I do admit, though, that there is definitely feels like it's almost like a competition about who can be more negative
who can suffer more than me.
But and then they're saying this from like their like fucking MacBook and
right.
and they got
It's
it
like,
all
wow,
pretty good,
2022 was
like-
such a shit year. Tweeted from iPhone 14 Pro. Like, it's like, all right, you should.
I'm still on Android.
That's the real tuners right there.
But I think a lot of I get it in a sense, but
Yes. No, I get it. I get it too. But it's. I think it's also important to. I think it's a balance, right?
Yeah,
It's like you don't want to be like taking the fucking happy pills and being like, oh yeah, just ignore everything bad that happened and just think to next year. But I think it's important to be like, okay, yeah, some shit things happen this year, some good things happen this year. You just kind of weigh it out to see like which ones you want to forget about, which ones are important, which ones you want to learn
it
from.
just seems like no matter what, furries are always winning. They just always. They somehow always have money.
Another good year of you think?
Everything always goes well for furry. I don't know why. They always have money.
Define winning.
How do they always...
Are furries winning?
Furries, no matter what, always seem to have disposable income. Even when it could be like the greatest of great depressions, and they'll still be commissioning artists at premium rates for porn. I don't know how. How do they do this?
I feel that way towards
They
people
know how
who-
to budget. They know how to budget. $2 on food, $5 on like electricity. You got like $100 on bill and $2,000 on like a furry suit or whatever.
It's like those memes where it's like you have $10 to spend, and then it'll be like $1 on like this thing.
Yeah.
You know that the Twitter thing with like all points, and it's
Yeah.
always like 10,000 points furry porn or something. Sorry, go ahead.
at least they're happy.
I interrupted you.
Yeah, I mean, like to me, like I really like December as a month because there's a lot of exciting things happening.
I
You've got
agree.
Christmas to look forward to, and I love that period before the New Year,
So
where
good.
it's just
the
just
best.
anarchy.
It's the best,
Nobody
dude.
knows what's open, what's going on. Are you working? No. Are you working? No. Everyone's not working. You get to like catch up with family and stuff like that. You get to hang out, go on holidays, and then like January hits, and you're like, when is the next time that something big is happening? And you look at January, you look at February, and normally the earliest something big is planned is like March, and that's when to me like I like December, but like the January, February month are like the hangover after like the cool December month,
You need that though. I think it's important to have a month where there's not that much going on.
Yeah.
Especially in like our jobs as well, we're always doing so much. I think it's good to
Yeah.
have those kind of months where everyone's kind of resetting and getting ready and getting plans ready. Because
Yeah.
I've already made a lot of plans for like March, April next year, but I've made nothing for like January and
'Cause
February on purpose.
Yeah, because nobody remembers what happens in their January and February. Like because it's like, what did we do in this January, February?
We went skiing. We had a little boys ski trip.
Oh fuck, that was this year, wasn't it?
That was
Yeah,
this
that
year.
was this year, yeah.
That feels like
Oh
10 years
my
ago.
God.
That was
I
awesome.
just realized I skied for the first time this year.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Twice. You've been twice this year.
You've been twice.
No, I've been 3 times.
Three times,
actually.
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this
Oh
guy.
my god.
Look at this guy.
I'm just. I completely like just forgot that this
Fulfilling
is
the
my,
white man
this
experience.
is my first year of skiing that I ever experienced. Yeah.
Gunt's going to be completely out of touch by the next.
Yeah, right.
It was weird, right? Because we talked about like being excited for the new year and like,
Yeah.
this whole doomer culture. I feel like that's just been exasperated by the Corona years. You know, we
Oh,
had
of
like
course.
2 pandemic years, and it
This
was
has
just
been a particularly shit year.
three
Yeah.
pandemic years if you think about it. Because
Yeah.
it started in early 2020, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we basically had like 3 pandemic years where it's just like, you know, we looked at the year and we thought, couldn't get any worse than this. It got worse.
Yeah.
And we're like, couldn't get any worse than this. Still remained the same. And you're like, okay.
This is the year.
This is going to be the year.
It did feel like it was never going to end.
Yeah.
At some point.
And then finally 2022 hit, and I feel like this was the year that we were kind of waiting for. You know, this was the year where it kind of feels like you're getting a bit of normalcy. Is that a word?
Yeah, normalcy.
Yeah, normality.
Normalcy back in your life and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I feel like, you know, this was a good year. I would say this was just, from my personal perspective, I would say this was a good year, but also, you know, talking to a lot of my friends and something like that, it was better than 2021, but it's not hard
I
to
think
better.
most people had a better year this year.
Yeah.
You know, people got to see their family. People got to, you know, spend more time with friends.
I don't remember what I did in 2021. It's like that year is a blur for me.
Yeah.
It's
We
like
just
I
did
remember
this.
doing a shitload of trash taste and like maybe seeing my family once. And then that was
Yeah.
it. Because I didn't leave Japan at all.
Yeah,
At least you guys left,
dude,
right, in 2021?
Yeah, we did, and that was terrifying.
Yeah.
That's when I had to go back in. The fact that I completely wiped out of my memory that I stayed in that quarantine hotel
Yeah.
for like 3 days.
Right.
I was like, if you'd asked me to do that now, I'd be like, no. But I think I was so desperate to see my friends and family.
Yeah.
That I was like, fuck it, fine. I'll stay in the stupid hotel for 3 days.
Yeah.
Fine. Like I didn't want to. Obviously, no one
Yeah.
wants to spend.
No one wants
wants
to
to spend
do
one
that.
night in an Apple
Yeah.
hotel, let alone 3. All
Yeah.
right.
It's the last resort.
I was just thinking of like the stress
was a lot.
you go through just to go through
was
through
insane.
like the easiest kind of travel routes, you know?
Yeah, that was so, traveling was so stressful back then.
Yeah.
Even now, it's still not. It wasn't nearly it's still not as seamless.
Yeah.
You know, if anyone's coming into Japan or planning a trip to Japan, you'll know you have to, you know, even though it's not a big deal, the whole vaccine passport and doing the whole stupid app thing.
My Osana shit.
Like
yeah.
it literally doesn't matter because everyone's just turning up anyway, and they just are like, okay, just do this, show us your vaccine. And like it doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
it's like Japan is like projecting stress onto you
Yeah.
to get in, and it's making you
It's
feel
like,
more.
do you have
stressed
these
about it.
17 pieces of essential
and it's-
paperwork? It's like,
Yeah.
Like right
fuck.
now, I'm flying to America and I get emails like every fucking 5 minutes from
Yeah.
the airline carrier being like, do you have all your documents in order? And it's like, I just need I don't even like,
Just the
I,
app.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just need the vaccine passport. That's literally it. Stop spamming me this shit.
Yeah, because it feels like life is moving fast
Yeah.
again, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because it was so weird, right? Because I remember moving to my new house, right? And I remember signing a 2-year contract because I was like, I remember
yeah.
the first place that we moved to, the 2 years felt like an eternity.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. Because we all used to like live really close together, and those 2 years felt like it lasted forever. So so I moved to this new place thinking 2 years, that's going to be forever because it felt like forever at my last place, right? And like my 2-year contract is like renewing within like 6-7 months now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I've
Yeah,
barely stayed at my place. What?
Yeah.
And I already got to think about like renewing the contract and all this type of stuff. I was like, this, like the time, even though like I spent almost the same amount of time in this new place as I have in the old place, it doesn't feel proportional at all, you know?
We're also just getting older. I
Yeah,
think as
that's
well.
true, that's
Like
true.
that whole thing of like, you know, when you were a kid, I remember like, you know, your parents or your grandma being like, oh man, it's already been a year. I still remember 10 years ago. And as a
Yeah.
kid, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like this year has been like a quarter of my life.
Yeah.
Like it's been so fucking long. But now it's like,
Now it's like Finding Nemo was yesterday, right?
yeah. It's like, the
Nemo was 2008,
90s,
right?
the
Copium?
90s were 10 years ago, right? And then you're just like, nope, it's not. It's 20 years ago. And it's like, oh shit. Because like, it's probably a mixture of the pandemic and also the fact that we are like, you know, gradually getting older, that like this year just fucking like went by like that for me. Because like just thinking like, you know, some of these like episodes that we were doing with some of the LA guests was like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that was not 6 months ago.
Shit, that was sick.
That was actually no 5 months. That was 5
Oh
months
my
ago.
God.
That feels like 5 years ago, like because we've done so much shit in between. AX was 6 months ago.
Holy fuck.
Isn't that fucked?
Yeah.
Even when I do nothing though, I find that time goes by even faster. Like, because then I look back and I realize, oh, what did I do? Oh, I didn't do that much. And then
Yeah.
it feels like instead of like I have all these individual events to remember, it's like I just have this small gap that's like squished where I was like, I was playing TFT.
Yeah. Do you mean the tour?
I'm like, no, that was just 1 month of TFT. Wow, that was. Where I also happen to perform every.
What's the saying again? It's like there are some weeks where decades happen, but there are some decades where weeks happen, or something.
Yeah. What was that from?
I forgot what it was. I heard it on the tour.
So I've heard that a bunch. I don't know. Fuck, some leader said that. I think it might have been a bad leader.
Some leader said
I think a bad. No, it was a fucking Russian leader. Google it.
Yeah,
not a bad leader.
I think
Someone said it.
I think I also fucked it up. I said it the other way around.
There
are some decades where weeks happen, but there are some weeks where decades happen.
Yeah,
is the correct term. Yeah.
Who said it?
Who said that?
Vladimir. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Lenin.
Lenin?
Oh, it's Lenin.
Yeah, Lenin.
Okay,
See? Told you.
Leader.
when you said Vladimir, I was sweating for a second. I was like,
which one? Is it the cool one?
Is there a cool one? Are you keeping a list of cool and not cool leaders? Dictator.
Yeah.
Every time I hear your name is Vladimir, I'm like, are you a cool one? But I feel like that saying is especially true especially for this year for me, because it's just like, you think back to it, like, you know, even just the stuff that we did for Trash Taste was just like insane.
It's been a big year for Trash Taste.
You know, especially compared to the first 2 years, because we fucking weren't doing anything during the first 2 years. We were just here in the office just talking. But
exactly, this year of Trash Taste has felt weird because instead of filming consistently, like on a week-to-week basis, it feels like we've had 1 or 2 months of like intense Trash Taste filming where I see these boys every day, and then we'll just have a month of just like traveling and doing other things, and then we come back and we're like, shit, we need to catch up again.
Yeah,
film 10 episodes in like
the grind don't stop, boy.
Yeah. I mean,
I know the audience sometimes complains like, oh, they were backlogged too much. And it's like, well, it's obviously it's not ideal, and I think we don't like it sometimes when we have to record so many episodes back to back. But it's either like maybe you get an episode that isn't as exciting as the previous one, but you get one every week.
Yeah, I
think we prioritize that. Like, you get an episode every single week, no matter where you are.
We pride ourselves in the fact that we're like 130 episodes in, and we still haven't missed a week.
No,
we still haven't missed a week, and it's all been in person, like we have like set it out to be. So we've had to like intensely schedule around that with how busy this year has been. So year highlights, guys. What's been your year highlights?
The tour was a good one, right?
Oh, tours, that has to be top highlight for sure.
Eventually you guys will see some of that. Eventually.
We're getting it edited right now. Obviously, married man.
Shit, you got the map.
Wow, thanks for remembering, guys. Thanks for remembering.
That feels like a year ago, dude. Holy fuck. That was this year.
Yes.
Don loved getting married so much he did it 3 times in this year.
Obviously, Garnt getting married. What else is there? I mean, like the fact that
I had Diamond on TFT.
Oh yeah,
sick.
Same tier of
my applauses, huh?
Same tier of happiness there. Yeah.
I felt nothing.
It's up there.
I felt nothing.
It's up there. I mean, you know, we again, as we were saying, like we did that trip to the States, and we finally filmed Trash Taste outside with US guests as well.
Yeah,
that run was really good.
I felt like that was really fun and incredibly satisfying, getting to do so much cool stuff with other creators.
Yeah,
in LA. I don't know. I don't think any of us had really done anything like that where we kind of just met a bunch of cool people and filmed a bunch of stuff. I think that was really new for us.
Yeah, like for me, it felt like, if thinking back on the year for me started in April. Because like the earliest big thing I can remember
should be like
like the earliest big thing I can remember is like looking, because normally we plan out our entire year, right? So I remember looking at the schedule, and I remember looking at April. And April was when we had planned to film our road trip special across Japan.
Oh yeah.
And then I was looking at the road trip special, and I was just like, when am I going to have a free week? I don't think I'm going to have a free week between April and November. And I pretty much did not, you know.
I don't think I've had a free week at all this year.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
The moment I did have a free week, I was like, Chris, let's go cycle across Hokkaido.
So you weren't free, basically.
So I was like, let's fill it up. Well, I mean, I do that though. If I see like 3 days, I'm like, man, I should do something.
Yeah, fill it up with something, right?
Because I'm like,
even though like it's for the most part, a lot of the times it's completely unnecessary.
No, I mean, like I'm always itching to do something. I feel like, oh man, it's a bad habit. I think it's a bad habit. It's a good habit because like sometimes it's like we work so hard and and I think we rarely get to sometimes take a moment and enjoy ourselves. So sometimes
but that's the thing, right?
It's like, I'm gonna go travel. Let's do something.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like every time I see like even like 3 days, just like back to back free. In my head, there's like the logical side of me that's like, oh, I should probably fill this up with something to do, some work related things. And then the child side of me is like, I could start a new JRPG right now, probably finish it. And then the logical side, the adult side of me always fucking wins. I'm like, God damn, another week gone, just like that.
I love playing Elden Ring so much this year. It was so fun. It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah,
I dead ass don't remember some months. Like just some months are just like March. I don't remember what the fuck we did in March.
March we were filming ahead to. March was just all filming.
Yeah, right. That's probably why I don't remember it.
You know what? This is
Let's look at the calendar.
I'm glad I have my calendar, and I literally put everything in my calendar now.
Same.
It's my god. If it's not in the calendar, I will forget it.
Okay,
let's go to. That's like way empty.
I had 3 days free in March. look at these dots.
Oh my god.
Oh man, yeah. No, this was a lot of filming for me.
Yeah.
Okay, now we filmed the road. Oh wait, this is April. Hold on. March is, what do we do in March? Let's see.
Oh, we did the charity stream in March.
Oh fuck!
Holy shit!
That was this year.
Yeah, that was this year.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And then we also went to a bunch of conventions as well.
Yeah.
Together for the first time.
We went to
As a trio.
As a trio for the first time, and it was
boards.
also like our first post-pandemic convention,
Which is insane.
and it was an experience.
Oh,
that we were not prepared for. I don't think I was
No.
prepared for it.
No.
I really, really, really liked cons a lot. And then after this, I was kind of like, I think I like cons a little less.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same.
I think it was like, I think we mentioned this as well. Like we were just like, I think we said this in the previous episode where it was like, it's kind of got to the point now where it's like a little too big.
Yeah.
Not to be like, oh, I'm such a big fucking deal. But
Yeah.
it's like I can't really enjoy them the way I used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
used to
like
love going around and
it's
enjoying
gotten
it.
to the point where you just can't enjoy conventions for conventions anymore, unfortunately. Which makes me sad because I do love walking the artist alley and stuff like that. I do love just walking around the conventions, taking everything
awesome.
in, maybe going to a random panel. I remember doing that, and unfortunately, that just wasn't possible for us at any convention that we went to this year.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe I'll fall off.
Maybe we'll like L plus ratio, and then we'll enjoy
We need
conventions
an L
again.
plus ratio sometime soon.
Yeah, right.
Put our careers on the line so we can walk the artist alley again. Seems like a fair trade.
Man, it's just been I'd say it's been a pretty great year.
Yeah, it's been a pretty great year.
Absolutely.
And I feel like we've definitely this year has been like such a big focus on trash taste, even more than previous years, even though we like focus on our personal channels and stuff previous years as well. I feel like this year with the conventions, with the tour, with the specials we've done and everything like that, it's just this year I saw these boys' faces a lot. Even more than before. So thank God we were actually really good fucking friends.
Yeah.
Because this year was the real tester of that,
This is like the 3-year limit, that every couple goes through. It's like if we're good after the 3-year mark, I think we're pretty cool.
We had a lot of questions on tour, and people asked us, they're like, "Man, you guys had any like arguments falling out?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know, not really. Kind of pretty good at knowing how to like hang out."
Yeah.
Like I feel like we've been friends so long now, where it's like we just get each other. And it's like, all right, I know that
We don't let it devolve into an argument.
I mean, it was even like I was surprised at how like weird, not how weird, but how uneventful just like the bus experience was. In terms of like, when I say uneventful, just like
Like in a negative sense.
yeah, it was just like nothing really happened. There was no tension, no drama, not even like slight annoyances, It was just a very pleasant experience. And people were just like, yo, spill the tea. What happened on tour? Spill the tea. And I'm just like,
Who's hating who?
yeah. And I'm just like, nothing really happened. I feel bad because it always sounds like a cop-out to be like, no, we just got along really well. And everyone's like, no, there must be something. There must be something.
They're hiding something. They're the dark truth.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm like reaching when I'm like, Connor would not stop playing TFT. And it annoyed the fuck out. He flooded his room because of TFT, actually.
Which was an actual problem. To be fair.
that's my problem. It's like it has no bearing on you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because like we got along with the staff. All the shows went really well. Everyone,
I think we're chill. I think we're just chill guys. I think we don't expect.
Sorry, we're too chill, guys.
Yeah.
If like we're on the same bus, I don't feel the need that I need Garnt's attention or need to like talk to Joey all the time. It's kind of like, oh, if we got something to talk about, we're like, oh, what's up? What are you thinking of?
Yeah.
Have you had that question with like personal friends and stuff where you're just like, oh, what happened on tour? And you're like, oh, nothing much.
Yeah.
And then they go, No, what really
No,
happened?
nothing.
And I'm like, no, really, nothing.
Dude, my own sister asked me that. She was like, so did you guys like fight on the bus? I'm like, the fuck? No. No. Well, I wouldn't go on tour with people I would go on and get in a fight with.
Stop boxing.
Yeah, just punch the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I think the tour especially, like, everything we wanted to go well went well. And, you know, as boring as it sounds for the drama channels, we literally, nothing happened.
This episode is sponsored by Gamersupps.
Boys, I have a news update. Sugar is bad for you.
But Joey, I like my sugar so much. How can I get my sweetness if I don't have sugar?
I'll tell you right now, Garnt. If you need a clean energy drink with no crashes, no sugar, and tastes amazing, drink Gamersupps.
That exists.
It is 0-calorie energy formula and keto and diabetic friendly and idiot friendly. That's why I drink it. And if you don't start drinking Gamersupps, we will come to your house and feed you Gamersupps directly like a bird. Just, They have so many weird flavors. Would you like us to make a flavor?
Also, they've got these waifu cups in which you guys probably see us drinking from every single episode. And every waifu cup comes with a free sample of Gamersupps 0-calorie energy drink and a waifu sticker to boot.
This is our waifu cup, which you can't get anymore because you missed out on it, guys. So every time they release one, that's your only chance to get it. So don't miss out, guys.
Gamersupps is a lot more cool project they're looking towards next year, and anyone who hasn't checked out Gamersupps yet should go and check them out. So get yourself a waifu cup using the link down below with code TRASHTASTE.
This episode is sponsored by Factor. Guys, I know you love your cooking, right?
I do.
How often do you cook?
All the time.
Never.
Yeah.
Is what I would say if I cooked all the time, but I don't.
Well, if you're lazy like Connor and have never cooked a meal in your life, well, Factor is the thing for you.
Factor shops, preps, cooks, and delivers to your door so you can enjoy chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals during the holidays minus the hassle. Plus, with 34 meals per week, including Gourmet Plus, Keto, Calorie Smart, Vegan, Veggie, and 36 plus weekly add-ons, you'll have plenty of nutritious, flavorful options to choose from.
We all know that the holiday seasons are extremely busy, and Factor's fresh, never frozen meals make it easy to fuel up fast when I'm on the go. And you can save time with meals delivered ready to heat in just 2 minutes. Factor has everything I need for a week of flavorful, nutritious eats. In addition to ready-eat meals, they have cold-pressed juices, smoothie, energy bites, extra protein, veggie sides, and more to keep me energized during the frantic holiday times.
So head on over to go.factor75.com/trash60 and use code trash60 to get 60% off your first box. That's code trash60 at go.factor75.com/trash60 to get 60% off your first box.
Do it now. Do it. Smash the link in the description. Back to the episode.
I'd actually say the hardest thing we did was probably the road trip. Actually, that was like
That was hard.
That was intense just because our filming schedule was so intense and our schedule was so intense. Me and Manu shared a room like a few days. Emmanuel, who is O'Hara, who is the person who helped film our road trip special.
Shout out to O'Hara.
We should never share a room together because we have our own personal schedule when it comes to the morning. I am taking a shower and I'm taking a shower for as long as I need to take a shower. And he has the same kind of philosophy
How
as me.
dirty are you?
Huh?
How dirty are you?
Sometimes, sometimes...
Are you washing away your sins?
Sometimes you just need a certain amount of time just to mentally prep for the day.
It's called a bathtub, Garnt.
Called a bathtub? No.
It's called coffee.
Just sit in the bathtub. It's like literally the shower, but better.
It's...
I don't wake up in the bath. I fall asleep in the bath.
No, I love starting my morning in the bath because then you watch YouTube or something, you just chill, getting ready. It's nice.
Really? Normally, a bath to me has always been like, if I'm going to take a bath, it's like the end of the day kind of thing.
Yes, for me as well.
I know it's like probably wasteful, but maybe I might even be in the bath for only like 10 minutes. I guess. Although
I think Garnt's in the shower for longer.
Although why in my head am I equating time spent in bath equals less waste of water? Like it doesn't fucking matter if you think about it. But normally I'll shower. I do the Japanese thing. I really like it.
Shower first and then bath?
Shower first, get all the dirtiness off your body,
Yeah.
whatever, and then go in the bath.
So you're double handing it. You're using water for shower, and you're like, that's not enough water.
Now that I say it out loud, it sounds extremely wasteful of water.
More
But that is the Japanese way.
That is the Japanese way.
So
Yes.
you wash off. Like I'm not crazy with it. It's like 2 minutes tops.
Yeah.
I literally just turn it on, get wet, and then do all the soaps.
Yeah.
Turn it back on, rinse.
I don't
jump in.
understand
This
people
one's,
who
this one's
just...
for you, Africa.
Yeah. I've never understood people who... I know it's a waste of water, but like I've never understood people who just go in the bath. I'm like, you're sitting in your own filth.
Are you sometimes
As in, like, without washing your body off first. And then going to the
sometimes I will just go in the bath just for like I just need to like brain reset. And for me, I don't know, it helps me relax a lot.
Really?
I might just jump in it for 15 minutes. and
I
get
can't
out.
relax knowing the fact that I haven't washed my body. And I'm sitting in water that is filthy.
Well, no, if it's just like water, like I understand it for communal baths because obviously you're like sharing a bath. So yes, you wash off before. If it's just like my own bath,
Yeah, it's just me.
yeah, it's just the water's like you're not hopefully not that dirty.
Yeah, I'm not
right?
like muddy.
yeah, I know that.
I'm not like in a Rugrats episode coming in. It's like I sometimes I just wake up and I'm feeling extremely lazy to the point where I'm like I do not want to stand up. I want to sit in this bath and wake up, and that's what I'll do.
Like
Especially if I wasn't sweating a lot.
Like a warm bath, right? Like
Yeah.
a hot bath?
Yeah.
I'm
That
just
just makes me sleepy.
I'm just not a bath guy. I think.
Fuck, I love baths, man. I feel like it's like a third eye thing.
I feel
when you
like-
get it, you've like reached a new chakra level.
I feel like that's me,
my
but with
feng shui is
I
off
feel like
charge.
that's me, but with showers. I can spend like so much time in the shower, but I feel like it's because I need that like sensation of like water just hitting my head or
I just have
something.
that- Whenever
It's the most monk thing you've ever
whenever you talk about being in the shower the whole time, I literally just picture you against the wall, like. I don't know why. That's
Requiem
literally
for a
my
Dream
image.
style.
Yeah, just like the movie Protag shit before you're about to like I don't know like take over a building or something.
I wish
You're
I
like-
looked. I wish I looked that cool. I'm just like not. Most of the time, I'm just standing in one place and just like having a fucking existential crisis or something. You know, I'm just like,
Where did I go wrong? Just like
I'm like
Alexa, play How to Save a Life by the Furry.
I'm just fucking Kaneki in the shower, just like
yeah, he's got the little Japanese seat. Just like
Just fucking Shinjiing it up in the bathroom.
yeah.
dude, I'm gonna say
Hand
this.
in head.
I think the most OP shit in the bath is a window. Say it right now.
A window?
Window in the bath is so OP.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Like an
a
open
window
window?
to the outdoors. I missed it so much. I realized in the UK we have windows in our bathrooms, and I realized after living in Japan how much I missed that.
Oh, you don't have one?
In my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do. Yeah.
But my previous place and most Japanese houses don't.
Yeah.
Because they're like it's kind of like its own room.
Yeah.
And I realized
For
oh my
privacy's
God,
sake, yeah.
I think that also might be why I like this bath so much is that the window is literally right there. The bath, I just get a bunch of sunlight waking up. It's so fucking nice.
Yeah.
Japan,
Unfortunately,
it's
I'm on the
very
ground
hot.
level, so window doesn't really do it. Can't really have windows.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, my
Yeah.
neighbors would see my dick. So that's
For sure.
yeah.
Yeah, no, windows in the bathrooms. I wish Japan kind of had it more, but I get it because a lot of houses are like this close to each other.
Yeah.
So what would a window do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, I love it so much.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand why fucking monks need to meditate under a fucking waterfall. You know, there's just something calming about the feeling of water just gushing over your head. That just
I get it.
Massage.
That just
Yeah.
it's like a little massage.
Yeah, I get
right?
it.
I get it.
And it's just like I need a certain amount of time in the shower every morning just to be like, okay, my brain wake up. Brain, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do X, you're gonna do Y. And if I get out too early, then my brain just it just feels like my brain hasn't properly started yet.
My favorite fucking thing is at the hairdressers in Japan after they like cut your hair or dye your hair or whatever, and then
Yeah.
they put you into that like shower thing.
Oh, they
You,
massage
like
you.
Yeah.
lean back, and then it's like that. It's just like that perfectly pressurized shower that just concentrates on certain
love
parts.
that
I'm just
shower.
like,
Oh, that's nice.
Do we all agree that hot tubs are mid?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I've
never thought about it, but
being from like the middle of nowhere in the UK, I always thought hot tubs were like, because you see them all the time on like American stuff. Hot tubs, right? It's all
Yeah.
it's like the coolest shit. And I always thought it was really fucking awesome. And the first few times I really liked it, but now I kind of think they're a bit shit.
Now that we've had onsens, I'm like, how can you go back to a hot tub?
Hot tubs are always like, and they never work properly. And when they do the jets, like way too fucking powerful, and you can only fit like.
Well-
there's always more people.
it depends. Like, are you just sitting in the hot tub?
You have to be drinking, right?
Yeah, you have to be drinking.
But like a lot of the times, like either no one wants to go in the hot tub, or way too many people want to go in the hot tub.
Yeah.
And the water, like I swear to God, they're like the most finicky things to get working. Like hot tub.
It's a really weird thing because hot tubs have this like really cool image of being like,
Yeah, they do.
Yo, I'm partying, I got the girls around me, fucking, look
a
at
Gucci
me, got drinking champagne, got some Dom Perignon, open that shit up. But then when you actually have a hot tub, because I think it's really telling that in our LA Airbnb where we spent like 3 weeks in,
We had a
filmed
hot tub.
a bunch of episodes in, did so much shit. We had a hot tub there. I remember going there on the first day and be like, like, yeah, we're gonna use this hot tub. We never even
used it.
Never even came close. We never took the covers off.
It's a mid bath, dude. That's like what it is. It's just like a mid bath.
I'm like, where's the onsen?
Yeah, because the thing is, okay, let's say you want to go to like you're at a party, right? And there's a hot tub in there. It's such a fucking hassle just to like change into swimming shorts, right?
Yeah. Sure.
And it's once you get in the hot tub, then there's going to be a point where you want to go out, and it's just such a fucking hassle to be in this hot tub. You're at a party, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm wet now." Like I got to deal with this shit, you know.
I have to walk all the way to get a towel, and then dry myself off, and then I have to go upstairs, get changed.
Yeah.
There's
Exactly.
so many
You
steps.
smell like pool water.
Yeah, and you smell like pool water, and your like hair's all messy and stuff now, and you're like, this is not what I want to do in like a social situation, you know. I'd rather just chill and just talk like any other party.
Yeah.
But saunas are god tier. I love saunas so much. I think saunas like the best thing ever.
I'm just like,
I'm indifferent to saunas.
yeah. I think actually no, I hate saunas, but
What? Why?
I just
You're Southeast Asian.
yeah, I just can't stand the heat.
Just go outside.
Yeah.
That's a
Bro,
sauna.
that's just all the
Southeast
time.
Asia,
dude.
yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Why would you need a sauna?
Man. Saunas are so good though.
It's-
You feel
it's-
amazing after it.
It's just like too hot for me. Same with. Is that the whole point of saunas? Is that it's really, really hot?
Yeah.
That's why they call it a sauna.
Yeah, I know.
Connor.
So you're just like it's too hot. It's too hot. But I like it. I just,
That's like being like, I don't like the pool. It's too wet.
That's the point. Like,
Well, that's why I don't like saunas, because it's a
you
hot
trying to,
room.
you trying to move in there? You were in there for like 5 minutes and you get out.
It's just not a pleasant experience for me. I don't know what is this a weird thing? I go in a really, really hot room and I'm like, it's really, really hot, and I don't feel nice right now.
Most people I find that don't like it are the ones who don't want to go in the cold water.
No, I hate that too.
Why would you want to?
Oh man, it feels amazing. It feels so good when you actually do it. It's genuinely. There are few sensations on earth that make me feel as like satisfied as going in the sauna, going in the fucking ice ass cold bath, then going back in the sauna.
Bro, people did the fucking ice bucket challenge because it was a charity event, you know? People didn't do it because it was a pleasant experience, you know?
No,
And
that's why.
Like
Also-
people do it and they get off to it and they're like, oh, this is a
No,
charity?
it's so.
I tag.
All the Europeans are like, yes, Connor, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, this shit's amazing. Also, it's like very good for you.
No, that's the thing. It's like, that's why I'm indifferent to it. It's like, I don't, if I had the choice to go into it, or if I didn't have to go into it, then I won't go into it. But I know that the health benefits.
I somehow convinced Chris to do it. I convinced Chris to get in the cold
Does Chris?
water. Can you believe that?
In the cold water?
In the cold bath. I convinced him to get in it.
How much did you pay him?
I mean, obviously, you guys can pretty tell that Chris does. If Chris doesn't want to do something, it's very hard to convince him to do it. And anything that makes him not comfortable, he won't do. One time I was like, you should come in the cold bath, and I went in, and I was like dying. I was like, yeah, it's not that bad. Come in. And then so he put his like foot in, he went, oh! And I was like, no, it's good for you. Come, stick put your dick in, it'll be fine. Once you get your dick in, it's okay.
I think it's the final frontier.
No, because for me, like cold baths, it's like going from one extreme to the other.
Yeah, that's
right?
why it's awesome.
But like, I prefer it to be less extreme, because one thing I do like is cold showers. Cold showers is amazing. Not in the winter, but if it's like a fucking hot summer's day, this is like every Southeast Asian, right?
How cold though?
Huh?
How cold are we talking?
Because cold can be like 30, or cold can be like 10.
Like
I couldn't do it.
Celsius.
Like for me, it's like there's a perfect point for me. Like even in the summer in Japan, where I'm like, okay, I don't want to take a hot shower because that's
so
disgusting.
it's,
but like
so,
20 is like perfect
so it's
for
not
me.
like ice cold, but it's kind of like tap water.
Lukewarm.
Let's say you open the tap water,
water.
right? And it's just
That's like 10.
So yeah, about 10. That's to me is like a cold shower, right? Not ice cold, but you know, just still cold. It's like unheated, I guess, unheated water, but not chilled, if that makes sense.
lukewarm.
So what about the cold bath you don't like? Because those cold baths are around 10 to 15 as well normally. Sometimes it's colder depending on where you are.
Yeah.
But what do you not like about that, but like about the cold shower?
Cold shower, I like the fact that you're not dunking yourself in it. It's kind of like you can kind of like
Spraying.
get acclimated to it a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's why you put the pinky, and then the foot, and then the leg, and then the pee-pee, and then the body.
Yeah, because like to me, a cold bath is just like too much all at once, right? It's just not a pleasant experience,
Yeah,
right?
I
I don't know. Do you find it a pleasant experience? Or
I
do you-
like it a lot now. Yeah, I really like it now. At first, it was kind of tough.
Yeah.
But now that I love doing it, it's the thing I gun for whenever I see it.
I think the video will be out by the time this episode's out. But I recently went to go do like the cryotherapy thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you like put yourself in that like machine with the liquid nitrogen, they blast you with the liquid nitrogen.
Oh yeah, how was
for
that?
3 minutes.
Yeah,
it was horrible. But it was like, it was like a reverse sauna if you think about it. It's like instead of you're getting blasted by like 80, 90 degrees, it's like 110, 130, and it's like. I felt it was shit while you were in it, but the moment you walk out and you're like you sit in front of what they call a red light, it's not a heater. It's just you trick the brain into looking at a red light and thinking that it's warm, but there's no heat rate.
Well, your body's going to heat up naturally.
Yeah,
so
and like that natural progression of like heating myself up again, I was like, okay, now I can see why this feels good.
No,
Would I do it again? No.
I'll tell you what the perfect balance was for me in terms of like the nice feeling going from hot to cold. Remember that ski resort we went to earlier this year, and it was like deep in winter. We went to the outside onsen, fucking freezing outside. It was really windy.
Yeah,
so what you do is you dunk your body into the onsen, get a bit toasty, and then you just stand up. And you just, I've never felt free in my life just standing fucking naked with the fucking ice cold wind blowing on my body.
So to explain how cold it was, if you were sitting in there and you didn't like wet your hair constantly, it would freeze. Like your hair would actually turn solid.
It was averaging about -10 Celsius.
Yeah, so we were in the bath in the onsen,
which is about 43, 44.
Even though we were sitting in this onsen, which was bath temperature, our hair would be frozen. Our hair would be completely frozen.
My favorite thing about it, which is kind of weird, is like how you said you felt like powerful like standing up.
Yeah,
I felt more powerful because like you stand upright and your body is just like the hot air is just turning into like vapor in the air as well. So it's like, ooh, it's like Gear 2.
Yeah.
It's like, is this how Luffy feels? It's like Gear 2nd, bro.
I don't know what that is. Don't spoil that for me.
Oh my god, this
fucking steaming.
Oh my god, this is epic. I love it. But now I'm cold.
Holy fuck.
I think,
holy fuck, that body is absurd.
I think having a cold shower or a cold bath is very good for blood pressure, I think.
Yeah.
Correct. I believe so.
Yeah.
Something like
I think
that.
that's
Supposed
why a
to
lot
be.
of people in like Nordic countries or like Iceland, because they tend to have cold showers or do the cold dunk run in the river or some shit.
The dunk run.
I can't remember what it is. They tend to have better blood pressure than a lot of other countries. It's interesting. I don't know. I definitely feel so much more relaxed and like, I don't know, the next day I feel amazing after I do it every time. During the cycling thing that I did with Chris, I was like 1 or 2 of the days there was a sauna and it was like a relief. It was like God tier. I felt so ready the next day. It was awesome.
I totally get it. Like, and I know that like, again, there is like, properly scientifically backed, health benefits to doing saunas and ice baths and stuff like that.
Though, the first time.
But like, I know that, but it's like, I still don't really want to do it.
I understand. I never
I think it feels good.
against that.
I don't care about the health benefits.
Yeah.
This is like me eating salad because I think it tastes good, and then I'm like, oh, actually, it is really good for you. It's like, okay, and
I understand, I understand that, and I know that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I just don't find it a pleasant experience. So I don't normally want to do it.
I'm dragging you next time.
I would do it. Well, I would do it. I would do it. I'd be more inclined to do it if there were other people.
Yeah, because I've been in saunas.
It's very fun with your friends.
Yeah.
You're like, your dick is fucking tiny.
Because okay, here's
Like a little tic tac.
here's like every sauna experience like I've ever had, right?
Sure.
Which is a bunch of mates convinced me to go to the sauna because like, yeah, we're gonna chill in there, hang out, and I'm like, oh fuck, here we go again.
What do you mean? Here we go again.
Here we go again. Okay,
it's really me dragging you to this thing.
and so you go in the sauna. I sit down. Instantly, my ass is way too fucking hot. It feels like it's fucking searing. And everyone's having a nice conversation. And I'm like fighting for my life right now. I'm like, everyone's like, yeah, this feels so good, right? I'm like,
wait, it's your ass that's the like reacts first? For me, it's like my lungs feel like they're on fire.
oh, my lungs as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you breathe through your mouth.
Your mouth,
Yeah.
But it's still
You breathe through your mouth and you're just
still
like
going into your
like
lungs.
every breath of mine hurts. You sit down, but your ass is searing, and it's just like, oh, God, I'm so fucking hot. I can barely
That's why you
think
talk.
right
You
now.
talk to distract yourself, not to think about
You know what it is? I don't even think it's the heat that I don't like about saunas. I just don't like sweating.
No, but that's right. No, that's the good part about it, though.
Yeah, I know. I know that's the good part, but I feel gross when I sweat.
Yeah.
So I think that's the part I don't like about saunas is that it's not even the heat that's the
But
issue.
you're about to go back in like
Yeah.
a bath or something, right?
Yeah, but like just sitting there, just like fucking drenched in sweat. I'm
awesome.
just like,
awesome.
Actually,
I don't
okay.
like this feeling.
Okay, you really like saunas. How do you feel about steam rooms?
They're okay. They're
They're
fine.
okay?
I feel like steam rooms are like beta saunas in my mind.
Because I'm realizing maybe it is because I'm from Southeast Asia. Because I think steam rooms feel nice. So
I just think
I like the
in my head they're just inferior saunas.
I like the heavy air in the steam rooms. You know, it feels
like home.
Yeah, it feels. Maybe I just like the heavy air, the humidity.
I like them too, but I would always prefer a sauna if it's
Yeah, because the sauna, I really hate. Like, I hate like all of the feeling. I hate like the feeling of like sweating, and it's like I don't know. My skin feels really itchy.
Yeah.
And I don't have that in steam rooms. I still like the heat's still a bit too hot, but I would pick a steam room over a sauna any day of the week.
Nah, just put me in an onsen, bro. That's
But
what
like,
I mean.
that's right. I love the, there's nothing more fun than being able to chat in a sauna, and you just feel so powerful. You feel like you're like you could do anything when you're discussing anything in a sauna.
For me, I'm just thinking when is it like a socially acceptable time to leave? Like,
whenever you want to.
Because I'm always that guy who's just like,
I don't want to be the bitch to leave
yeah,
first.
yeah, you don't want to be the bitch to leave first, but you're just
you
like
don't leave first. You just because everyone has like a different.
But my idea of leaving first is like 20 seconds.
Yeah, you don't realize
that's
how
too
like
early.
yeah,
right. So when is it acceptable?
I'm in there for like 10 seconds. You're like, you can leave anytime, and like
20 seconds, your body is still figuring out what the fuck is going on. Like you're not even heating up at that point. You're still got your old body like temperature bringing in. You know what I mean? Like your own. At least 2 minutes is
You're
when
not you yet.
if you go out at 2 minutes, I'd be like, that's fine. I'm just not used to it. Like 5 minutes is typical. Five minutes is when you normally. That's like a normal set.
Yeah.
Right. Then you can go out.
Okay, so do you handle being too hot or being too cold better?
Too cold.
Too cold.
Right, because I like same for me. I handle too cold better than being too hot, which is why in onsens I'm always the first one to fucking leave the bath. I'm never going in the sauna and stuff like that because when it feels like my body's cooking, that's when I don't know. That's a much less pleasant experience for me than being a bit too chilly or something.
Yeah, it's weird though because obviously like being in like let's say you're stuck in a jungle, it's like way less dangerous than being stuck in like an actual cold place.
Exactly.
It's weird how our bodies. I guess up to a certain point, your body's like, I love this, and then after it's like, I'm actually dying. Yeah, I'm actually just dying. Like help.
I think I get that thing because it's like I think subconsciously in my head I'm like, it's worse being hot because there's literally nothing I can do after being naked.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm butt naked and I'm still hot. Oh, that's bad. But like if I'm cold, then I'll just be like, oh, just put another layer on.
Yeah.
It's like an easy fix. But there's no easy fix when you're butt naked and hot at the same time. You know, it's like, what the fuck do I do?
Let me just remove my skin.
Yeah, it's
guys.
like I can't do that. It's like, what am I doing? Okay, now I'm in danger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think subconsciously I have that. But yeah, again, I just don't like sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no one likes. I do kind of like sweating.
Yeah, right.
I like sweating when it's controlled. When I'm sweating,
Controlled sweating.
Yeah, like if I'm at the gym, I love sweating at the gym. Like when I've got a good sweat going, man.
No,
it feels
okay,
so
sweating
good.
at the gym, I'm okay with that as well because I'm doing that to myself.
No, she feels
you know,
amazing.
and that is like a sign of like, oh, what I am currently doing and spending time with is working, right?
Yeah.
But the sauna, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting there sweating.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's no difference to going outside in Japan
First
during the
world
summer.
problems.
First world problems.
There's no difference to going outside in Japan during the summer and being like,
the
well,
good
all right.
sweat. I like the good
Southeast
controlled
Asia
sweat.
is just if you can't turn off the sauna. Like, that's it.
The sauna is always on.
Yeah, the sauna's always on.
We installed an AC in our sauna just in case.
Yeah, us Southeast Asians, we look at you Europeans, like you pay to go in a sauna.
You pay to sweat?
Yeah, we just do that naturally, man. What are you talking
Also,
about?
like, I think it was something like Angela Merkel always just starts her day off in a sauna or something. It was something like that. And she was like,
That
oh,
just
she's
sounds.
stressed by it.
I know.
Every day sounds excessive.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it's like a stigma, but it just sounds incredibly pretentious.
I guess because like saunas outside of certain European countries, they are a luxury.
Yes.
In certain European countries, they're pretty much everywhere. But everywhere else, it's kind of like you have to be a rich motherfucker to have a sauna.
Yeah.
Or be in a place with a sauna.
Sure.
Well, do you know anyone that has a sauna in their house? I sure
No, because
don't.
we're from the UK.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like in the UK, it's a luxury thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
in, like,
exactly.
You know, if you went to some European countries, it's way more common. Really common.
Well, it's like having a pool in the UK, right? A pool is like the biggest indicator that you are way too motherfucking
you don't need a fucking
rich.
pool in the UK. You know?
Exactly.
There's no fucking neat reason for a pool in the
Like
UK.
3 days a year.
Yeah, you have 5 days tops, so you can use that shit.
Yeah.
Like, and then you got to pay someone to keep cleaning it. No,
Yeah.
not
True.
happening.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Do you think in the UK? Do you think more houses in the UK should have like AC?
Yeah, of course. Every
It shocks me that you guys don't have AC.
Yeah.
every house on earth should have one of those heat pumps, which are like the common those ACs, the ones that can cold and hot.
Oh, cold
They're
and
way
hot,
more
yeah.
effective than those giant like AC block things you
Yeah.
see in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everywhere should have them. I mean, I think it makes way more sense than having these, because in the UK we have these giant radiators attached to like every room, and these just giant metallic things that just like heat throughout the room, and it's so inefficient. And it's like, can I just have like one radiator, like one nice efficient thing that blows hot air and then takes it out? But obviously, all the houses in the UK were made before.
Yeah, because I was thinking like now living in Japan with a unit that can do both AC and heating, I'm just like, why? And dry as well. I'm just like, why is it so hard to find an AC unit in the UK? Because even if you use it like 1-2 weeks in the year when we get that fucking heat wave, the heat wave just seems to be getting more and more extreme every fucking year. And every year that goes by, I'm like, yo, people will need to the UK needs to start having at least some kind of cooling unit so everyone's not fucking dying in like 2 weeks.
UK needs to fix a lot of things. a lot of things. Everything actually, now that I think about it. Just pretty much everything. Yeah, I think modern houses have it though. Like newer houses that are being built.
Newer houses I'm sure have it. But I was shocked because I remember the first time I went to the UK and I was visiting Garnt's place, and that was during that heat wave. Yeah. Right. And it was nighttime and it was like 30 degrees still, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is like a Japanese summer night. I'm like, oh, all right, I better turn the AC on. And I'm looking around for the remote in Garnt's room. I'm like, where is it? And then Garnt's mom comes in with the fucking old school fan. It's just like, here you go. And I'm like, yo,
that shit does nothing.
That just moves hot air around. That does not cool me down at all.
Yeah, that is the Southeast Asian experience.
Yeah.
You know, it's we
felt like I was back at my grandma's house. Dude.
We have fans, which is even during the heat wave, at least we had fans, because I know a lot of my mates in the UK, they didn't even have fans. Yeah. I don't know how they fucking survived, honestly.
I didn't have fans. I remember I was just suffering. I remember it's just awful. But also, isn't it? Is it South Korea where leaving a fan on while sleeping is like you'll die? That's what
really?
It's like a superstition. Am I crazy? And I swear, in South Korea, they think if you leave the fan on while you're sleeping, you'll die. You just fucking die.
Oh, I'm fucking dead then, because
right.
Sydney needs a fan on at all times when she's sleeping.
Wait, even when it's cold?
Yeah, even when it's cold, because of the noise. It's like comforting to her, I guess. I don't know.
Like the what is it called? The not white noise.
White noise. Background. Yeah. I was gonna say background radiation. That's not what I'm talking.
Background radiation.
Did you find anything?
I just put a tub of uranium in my room when I sleep.
Yeah, if you run the fan with no open windows, it's an urban myth that you will die.
Yeah.
What? Well,
yeah, I don't know why.
See you in hell, guys. See you in hell.
I feel like because I had this conversation with Emily, and Emily said that to me. I can't remember why I came up.
Yeah,
Emily said it to me or something.
In Japan, I think it's like if you sleep with the fan on or the AC on, and you don't have anything to cover up your stomach, then it's like Then my grandma's like, oh, you catch a cold.
The AC demon will kill you in your sleep.
Yeah. Central air will come down and kill you.
For me, I don't know if this was a superstition, but for me, if you go to bed with your if you go to sleep when your hair's still wet, then you'll just wake up with a cold.
Oh, dude, everyone in Japan says this shit.
Yeah.
Everyone
my grandma used to say this shit to me all the time.
And I'm like, bet, I'm doing that just to spite you.
And it's like internalized into me, because I remember I was like, my mom would always tell this to me, right? It's, if you go to bed with your hair wet, you're gonna get a cold. I'm like, bet, mom. I did it once. I got a cold, so I was like, shit. Mum was right, and she knows. Huh?
Is there any scientific proof behind this? Or
I don't know if there's any scientific proof.
Obviously,
if you
had really long hair, I could be like, oh well, yeah, because it's not going to dry. But if you have our hair, that shit'll dry in 40 minutes, dude.
I think it might just be your hair gets cold when it's wet, and then that coldness just gets to your head, and then you get a cold.
I also heard an urban myth here that some people were telling me, some Japanese people, they were like, if you go outside with wet hair, you're more likely to get sick or get germs or some shit, because apparently it somehow keeps germs or some shit. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I'm using the natural AC to dry my hair.
Well, also germs aren't that smart to be like, yo, how moist that thing is.
I don't know. Is there any evidence behind this?
No, they said that it's not possible.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
To get a cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like the urban myth where it's like if you go out in the rain for too long, then you're gonna get a cold as well. And I'm like, where did these urban myths come from? I guess.
Well, I think actually if your body's actually colder, you have way more chance of getting sick.
Yeah, but then there are some, especially Japanese ones, that just don't make any sense. Like, if you open an umbrella indoors, then you're going to get struck by lightning.
Oh.
And it's like...
It's just bad luck if you do it.
These like... There's
we just have bad luck. You know?
Yeah.
It's just unspecified bad luck in the West.
Skill issue, clearly.
Japan's like, no, God will strike you down if you leave the umbrella open inside. You will be smited.
Every time I go into an umbrella store, I'm sweating. I'm like, I want to see what this umbrella looks like, but I will be smited.
Is that real? 'Cause I see people all the time leaving their umbrellas. Oh.
Again, it's just like an urban, legend or myth or whatever it is. Yeah,
urban legend people.
Yeah,
I said urban.
Yeah, I said urban people.
urban people.
fucking
urban people.
It's the same with the Japanese, like the Sachiko, the rain doll, where you put it down so it just...
Oh, teru bozu.
Sorry, yeah, teru.
Yeah. So like in Japan, there's the teru bozu.
Yeah, where you can stop the rain if you make some kind of ghost thing.
In Japan, like as a kid, you would do this thing where you'd build it. It'd usually just be like out of tissues or something, but it'd just be like a little snowman looking thing. And if it's raining and you put it up on your windowsill, then the thing is that like the next day it'll be sunny. It's just kind of like a little thing that kids are taught. Yeah. There's an urban legend that if you do that, but if you hang it up upside down, then it's going to be raining the next day. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sure weather, the weather is just looking at it being like, all right, how many of them are fucking turning around?
I think some people just want to make their life more interesting, and that's how they.
This is just astrology with extra steps. I swear to God, like.
Yo, what direction your titted balls at? Oh, you're probably a Libra. Oh my God, it's true.
It's like you know the fucking Nen test, but like they test like your fucking which like specifications like your Nen is. Yeah. It's just that basically, right? Except it's just complete fucking bullshit, man. If only we had real Nen, right?
Yeah, Omega life is so much easier.
It's literally just feng shui.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Where you're facing north.
Do you believe in that feng shui shit?
No.
I do not.
Did you really think I was going to be like, oh yeah, actually I do?
No, because I know, like, I have a few friends who, like, fucking swear by it.
What about like chakras and all that shit too? And like, all any of that?
It's like,
I'm going to be honest, I just don't believe in anything. Straight up. Just nothing.
I just don't believe.
I don't believe.
I'm just here to have fun.
Clearly hasn't watched Naruto.
I hear don't stop believing. I'm like, bet.
Who's gonna stop me? Not you, Journey.
Is sometimes my life not that fun? Yeah, but like it's just how I chose to live my life.
So do you?
I get it. Like because like
do you identify as a realist or an atheist?
What's a realist? I've never heard of what is a realist.
Like as the name suggests, it's just like you only believe in things that are like factually true, like scientifically backed, and just like things that are,
I mean, science
grounded
is wrong
in reality.
Science fucks up a lot.
So it's like you don't believe in like superstitions or ghosts.
Well, no, because superstitions are bullshit. They are. Step on a crack, break your mum's back. Who the fuck made that up? That's shit, quite frankly. Because you're not come up with any other.
I remember when I was 8 and my friend said that to me. I was just like,
crack. I just think that for me, it seems like a lot of people who enjoy that kind of stuff or like talking about it, the whole what's the fucking star sign shit? That
astrology.
Yeah, like that's just like something fun for people to kind of feel like they kind of know people or categorize people in a more of a comforting way. Because the world is scary if you think that everyone is just like operating on their own and has no kind of purpose.
Yeah.
Which I just think they are. Like I just think that like, dude, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I don't understand. And I don't think it's because they're a fucking Libra. I think it's just because they do their own thing. Like, it's just what it is.
Calling out all Libras right now.
I'm a Libra.
But I also don't subscribe to that notion of like, hey, if I don't believe in this thing, neither should you. I'm like, hey, if you want to believe that because Garnt is, what are you, a Cancer?
I'm a Gemini, actually.
Yeah. What
are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
Cancer.
I just kind of.
You think he gives off Cancer energy?
He kind of did, yeah.
Every Genshin player be like, no, I am not a Cancer, actually.
But if it's fun for you to hear like Garnt's a Gemini and then kind of be like, oh yeah, you can have that, then fine, yeah, whatever. Like that's. I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm totally the same. It's like if you want to believe in it, you can believe in it, but just don't shove that shit down my throat.
Yeah. Don't like make me feel.
Don't
like
demonize me for not believing
weird
in it.
for not believing in. in because you flipped a penny 4 times that the Zeus is going to come down and jack you off. Like I don't like. I'm not. Stuff like that.
They told me to do that on the Cosmopolitan magazine,
yeah.
so I kind of have to believe it.
I just think people are bored. And that's how they keep themselves busy.
Yeah, people are very
everyone's
bored.
just distracting themselves in one way or another.
People be dumb.
No, I know. I don't think I'm smarter than anyone else. I just think, and I think a lot of people who like to talk about, like, say, star signs. It's like they don't actually like genuinely deep down believe in that shit. A lot of people do. Like,
You'd be surprised.
there are some people, right? And I'm not saying that I'm smarter than them because I don't. It's like there's some people who.
But
who
I am
do
saying I
understand.
am smarter than them.
No, but that's the thing.
It's
When
like
I
whatever.
said,
It's what you do. Like I'm dumb as fuck with a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's just one thing that I don't believe in, and I don't think that makes me better than you or whatever.
That's why I think just like it doesn't matter what you believe in. Everyone thinks everyone is dumber than everyone else, right? So it's
everyone thinks they're smarter than they are as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's been like a bunch of studies where if you ask people, are you average, above average, or whatever, people normally say like they're like above average,
Yeah.
which just obviously doesn't make sense.
Well,
They gotta be average.
if everyone is special, no one is special. I believe Walt Disney said that. I don't know if that's true, actually. I'm just quoting. It was Sun Tzu in the Art of War. He said
I think
that.
who said that? Vladimir Lenin, I think. So.
Yeah.
He said all the
Yeah.
things.
This episode is sponsored by Zenmarket.
Guys, look at all this cool stuff. Look at all this cool stuff that we got in Japan. Wouldn't you want some of that as well?
I do.
I bet you do.
Well, why not use Zenmarket? It's a proxy shipping service that will ship you any of the items that you can only get in Japan right to your door.
Zenmarket has a flat rate service of 300 yen, around $2 US. No matter how expensive an item is, the service fee will stay the same no matter what.
And Zenmarket accepts multiple payment methods, including PayPal, Wise, and bank transfers. And if you purchase items on Rakuten on Wednesday and Thursday, you can get 5% cash back.
Ooh.
Don't forget that Zenmarket added Rakuma, Rakuten's online flea market, recently. Check out the Rakuma banner on our page, and you will be able to find anime figures and goods for a steal.
So get yourself some cool merch you can only get from Japan today.
So smash that link in the description down below to go to Zenmarket today. Back to the episode.
Best meme of 2022.
Why you ask this?
Because I was trying to think back.
Ask the meme man here.
Yeah. Can you remember like what memes were big this year? Because I was trying to think. Okay, what's like some big events that happened this year? I don't know why. Like I don't know. It feels sad to me. Like it feels genuinely sad that I remembered the Will Smith slap before some of the more political things that happened this year. Like
yeah. Fuck. Oh, that was this year, wasn't it? Shit. Oh my god, that was this year. What is this year, man? Oh god,
this has just been like a mess of a fucking year.
Do you reflect a lot on the year normally, or are you more of a, let's get on to the next year?
Yeah. I normally reflect on like at the end of every year, normally on like in that period in December where you're just like, oh, what did I do this year? Oh, that was really, really cool. Now, how do I one up it next year? And you're like, fuck, I did a lot this year. How do I one up it next year?
Are you the kind of person to set yourself like New Year's resolutions, or
No.
you just kind of like
No.
whatever happens?
I think we talked about this last
Yeah, we
year.
did,
I
yeah.
can't remember what our last year's resolutions were. But
probably for the better.
I'm gonna hope that we did it.
Hope so.
Yeah. Do you have any resolutions this year?
No.
Let's not call it resolutions. Do you have any goals for next year?
Goals?
Yeah.
Same shit, but more.
Same shit, but more.
Stay
Make more
alive.
stuff. I don't know. Be happy.
Stay healthy. Stay happy.
Yeah, be happy.
Yeah.
That's hard enough, right?
Good philosophy.
Need to go in more saunas.
Yeah.
Do you
More
want any
saunas.
more saunas?
More
That's
ski
a goal.
trips.
More
Yeah.
ski trips.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
I want to be more active next year. I think, like physically.
You said this last. I remember
Yeah.
you
You did.
saying this last year.
I think this year, if there was a resolution I set that I actually fulfilled this year
Yeah.
compared to last year, is that I have definitely become more physically active this year.
Yeah.
But I feel like we can go further beyond. Like I feel like
what do you mean? Like what was the difference between like last year and this year then?
okay,
Like
well,
activities?
last year I wouldn't get up off my ass at all, like 0%
Yeah.
active. I wasn't going to the gym, which I am now.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing any like physical like sport. I wasn't going out and like just fucking touching grass and doing shit.
Yeah.
This year, I like at least like once or twice a month I've like gone out to do some kind of physical activity with some friends or whatever, or like just go on more walks and obviously go back to the gym and shit. But like I feel like I don't know, I definitely can just get more shit done if I just find myself in a routine every week, regardless of what the schedule might be. So I just want to like find that one thing other than the gym where I can just kind of do something physical for fun. You know, where I can like keep myself healthy and like do some fun. Because like, you know, when I was growing up, I did like a lot of like tennis and like cricket and footy and stuff like that. So it's like, I kind of want to like go back to that rhythm because, you know, I did tennis for like fucking 10 years or something. And that shit was so fun and incredibly healthy. Yeah. But problem is, A, I don't know anyone who plays tennis, and B, renting out tennis courts are a fucking pain in the ass in Tokyo. So it's just like,
or renting out anything.
Renting out anything.
That is tough. Like in the UK, it's so easy to get any of that stuff.
Yeah, same. Really, in Australia, you just fucking rock up and be like, oh, okay, here's some money, give me the court.
Yeah, that's literally... Is it not that way in Japan?
No.
Because of course Japan has to make everything so fucking...
to be fair, it's because we are in like one of the most dense populated metropolitan areas in the world.
Right.
So having a tennis court is a
just
giant luxury.
Finding a tennis court is a struggle.
So they have them. It's for like the elite. Like if you
usually
want to have
like,
a good tennis court that is available to you often, and you don't have to book far ahead, you need to be in like some kind of club.
Yeah, you got to join a club
like
for it.
and they're not cheap in Tokyo. They're expensive. Like if you want to do a sport in Tokyo, you need to know you want to do the sport.
It is an absolute luxury, and it's expensive. And if you don't have anyone to do it with, then it just becomes like tedious.
So touching grass here is a luxury, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God, yeah, it is.
Dude, we're in the fucking concrete jungle of Asia, dude. Like it's impossible for anything like that. But so I kind of want to like I'm just throwing away tennis, being like, all right, that's not it. I need to find something else to do. So I thought about like rock climbing and shit because that's a little bit easier.
Yeah. There's a few really good ones. I know there's a really big chain in Japan called Pump. And they have a ton of locations all around. They have one that's really cool. It's in Akihabara. It's like
I went to that one.
The one where you can go to the roof and overlook Akihabara while you're climbing.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, that one was sick.
It's a really good workout as well for your arms. Your arms get fucked.
Absolutely. Yeah. Your upper body just gets fucked.
Yeah. Dude, man, that's the one thing about if you don't go to if you don't work out regular enough and you're kind of doing it like on and off, it's like you constantly just lose that progress you made. So every single time you go back to the gym and like do legs or do arms,
it's just
you're like
pain.
I did legs like 3 days ago, and it's the first time I've done legs in like 2 months, and I just couldn't walk for like 2 days. It's like, I look like an idiot when I go to the toilet, and it's like great.
Just waddling to the toilet.
It's just like, oh my god,
he's already shit himself.
Like no wonder this exercise shit is so hard to keep up with. Every time you try to reset, it beats your ass.
Yeah.
Do you have any goals?
Yeah, I have a few goals. I want to touch more grass and also less grass at the same time.
Explain yourself.
Explain myself. Okay, so I do want to go on like more small trips and stuff like that. But I've kind of set myself a goal to like go on like more small trips and just not make content out of it, I guess. Because I realized this year, I did a fuck ton this year. I did so much fucking traveling this year compared to basically like the rest of my life. But a lot of that was like films. A lot of that was like content.
Yeah.
And I had this realization when I was on my stag do, and we were doing surfing. And it was just like, I just realized, oh my God, this is just like such a pleasant experience to just do this new activity and not feel like, oh,
I need to be entertaining.
I need to be entertaining. Or, oh, I'm learning, but I'm going to be competing against the boys in about 2 hours, you know? I mean, it was such a weird mental thing where I'm just like, wait, I can just
enjoy it. Yeah.
Just enjoy the activity.
This is why weekend trips are OP. Just go away for like a day or two.
Yeah.
It's so good. You don't feel stressed. You're like, I'm not putting off work. It's like 2 days. It's good shit.
True.
Yeah, so
obviously that's a luxury.
So I want to go on more like small trips and just not have a pressure to like film it, make content around it. Just
it must be so weird if you're like a normal person listening to this. Like, what do you mean?
YouTube problems.
You have to stop yourself from filming everything? What the fuck?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like it's weird, right? Because we've talked about our hobbies becoming our jobs and how that changes your approach to things, right? So before, we had this like, anime was my hobby and then it became my job, and then I needed to change how I approached anime as a medium because it was my job, but also I still enjoyed it, And now since starting Trash Taste, since filming so much of my life has essentially become part of my job, even like the smallest things I've needed to like change my mentality around, right? Because, doing all these cool things, traveling around Japan, going to seeing all these cool places, it's great and all. But it's still an amazing experience that I can talk about and stuff like that. But it's not the same as going there on holiday. It's not, because you're still technically working there. And it's nice to be able to hit both boxes, to be like, I traveled to a cool place, and also I was able to make money out of it as well. So it wasn't a complete write-off in terms of my time. But I feel like to me, I've kind of realized traveling around and stuff like that, traveling for work, traveling for trash taste is very, very different from traveling for holiday as well. So basically, I want to take more holidays.
I think it's also how we arrange it. So I think all the trash taste shoots we're pretty intense. Like we schedule things very tight, and we don't really leave much room to enjoy the trips. But like whenever I travel with Chris is very adamant that he wants to do like, we wake up at 11 and we stop filming at 4, and it's like, and then he's like, and we have a day off, and it's like, all right, okay, wow, all right, that's a lot more manageable and a lot more fun.
Yeah.
But also I get really agitated because I'm like, why are we wasting so much time?
Maybe that's the point, Connor. Maybe that's the point. Yeah.
He's not wasting time. He's saving time.
No, he's not. He's
That's what Chris will say.
Yeah.
No, I second the whole like wanting to travel more and shit.
Yeah.
Because I have this app on my phone called Bean, like Been.
Yeah.
And it's basically just like I think Google Maps has it as well, but it's basically like an app where you can track like, which parts of the world you've been to and like stuff like that. And I was looking at it just, randomly a few nights ago, and I was like, oh man. And it says I've visited 6% of the world.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck, that could be higher. Like I realized looking at the map like where it's like whited out. Of like the places I've been.
Joe's gamified his traveling now.
I'm just like, no, I just realized, I'm like, I thought in my head I've visited a lot of the world. And I have, on the grander scale of things. But it's like,
big,
a lot
Joey.
of the developed world.
Yeah.
yes, of course. But like, there's also so many parts of the world that I still haven't been to that I want to go to.
Yeah.
And it's like, and again, it's like it's that mental fight of like the YouTuber brain kicks in where I go, okay, should I go and film it?
Yeah.
Or should I go just to enjoy it and experience it?
Yeah.
Well, the real question is, do I want to deduct this on my taxes, or do I not want to deduct this on my taxes?
That is awesome.
That's the YouTuber
that
brain
is
working.
That's not my YouTube brain. That's just like, I'm like, how can I save money? How can I?
Everything is a tax
How
write-off.
can I have a
Everything's a
good
tax
time
write-off.
and fuck the government over?
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
If I can do both, then hey, I'll take that shit, But it's like, yeah, that's another thing. It's like I kind of want to just like go and explore more of the world while I still can.
Yeah.
Because, God forbid, something might happen, in our careers or in our lives or in our health where you won't be able to do that shit anymore. So it's like, why not take that opportunity? I've always been at the mentality of like, if the opportunity comes up, just fucking take it. Because you never know, that might never come again. Right.
Yeah,
So it's like,
exactly.
just take it while you can. Even if it sucks at the time, it'll be something cool that you'll remember and think fondly of and, utilize in the next opportunity. So that's something I want to do with like travel for next year. And it's like, I have like a short list of countries I've always wanted to go to where I'm like, I think next year might be the year where I start ticking those off.
Yeah.
It's like, why not?
Yeah, I mean, luckily I went to Australia for the first time this year. And that was a lot of fun. I definitely want to go back to Australia and
me too.
possibly New Zealand as well.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Doesn't exist.
Huh?
Doesn't exist.
It's just,
It doesn't exist.
it's just an island off Australia, isn't it?
It doesn't exist. I don't know why you're pretending like it's real, Garnt. All right, you can drop the act, okay?
Do you know any Kiwis? Checkmate.
Doesn't exist, Garnt. All right. Oh.
It's like Tasmania, isn't it?
No, it's not real.
It's a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah.
Man. It ain't fucking real.
It's a devil. It's not a real thing.
I want to travel the world, and I also don't want to travel the world at the same time. Kind of lazy.
Yeah.
I want to play TFT.
That's because that's the thing. I said I want to touch more grass, and I also want to touch less grass as well.
Part of me feels like where I'm at right now in like, and I suppose with like career and all that stuff. Even if I travel to these places, I don't think I would fully appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think I would want to wait until I've actually just slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to enjoy it and be more excited about it. I think if I went now and traveled to all these places, it'd be like when I did it when I was like 15. Like because my dad lived in a different country, while working in a different country. So we were always traveling Europe a lot. And I fucking thought Europe sucks.
Yeah.
Because I was like 12 and I just wanted to play a Game Boy. And now I'm like, fuck, man. I should have
And now
like,
I'm 26 and want to play TFT.
and then people ask me, they're like, oh, where have you been in Europe? I'm like, I've been here. Like most of the European countries I'd been to, except for like the Eastern ones. And I was like, oh, shit, I don't fucking remember anything about Malta. I don't fucking remember anything. Like, what the fuck? I just remember it was like everyone drank a lot.
Well, did you
just a lot
go?
of Europe.
But that's just because you went as a kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like 15, 16, and I definitely could have remembered stuff. Or
Yeah,
tried.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I don't know. I just want to.
Like I've been to a ton of countries as well when I was a kid, which I want to go back to re-appreciate it because I either don't remember it fondly or you going somewhere as a kid versus you going there as an adult, like fully realized adult, is completely different.
Because the biggest difference is you know what you want to do on like when you go somewhere.
Yeah, right now I just want to eat.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I want to try the local foods.
Yeah.
I want to just explore the local areas and just find like some cool hidden gems. Because I remember why I hated traveling as a kid is because we'd always travel with family or something, and
You couldn't choose.
and you couldn't choose what you want to do. So everyone would like. There would always be that one person in the group that just wanted to go to like see like the biggest monuments or like the biggest tourist things to go to. And I'm like, I find this boring as fuck. Like I do not like this. Therefore, I do not like travel. So I am just going to not touch grass. And then I realize now that I've done more traveling, it's just like, oh, if you actually do shit that you want to do instead of just going by someone else's schedule, it's actually fucking enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm also, dude, I'm guilty of this. I don't know if you guys do this either. I'm a hotel fiend. I stay in my hotel a lot. Like when I travel, if I'm chilling, I'll stay in the hotel till like 2 p.m. I'll be like, all right, maybe
I
look
noticed
around.
that during the tour.
Yeah.
I just like to chill out, chill in the room for a bit. Because I'm like, in my head, I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
I want to sleep as long as I want. I want to take my sweet ass time getting ready.
Yeah.
I want to
No, I
nap
get
a ton. I
Yeah.
nap so fucking much when I'm on vacation.
No, because
I'm like 2 p.m. Time for
Yeah.
a 1 hour nap. 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Time for a 20-minute nap.
Because when I'm traveling, I'm not the kind of traveler who tries to fill up their
Oh, fuck no. Yeah, I'm
schedule
the
as
opposite.
much as possible. You know, I like if I just find one cool place in the new area I'm going to, even if it's just like one little area, that's enough for me. You know, I don't need to see like the entirety of it. Just because I'm on holiday,
Yeah,
right?
right? Fuck it. I'm
My
relaxing.
schedule's packed enough as it is for my job. I just want to go by my own schedule.
See, I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah, I
I've
know you
noticed
are.
you're
I
the
know you
complete
are.
opposite.
when I'm going somewhere, especially if it's somewhere I've never been to, I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to be here next. So
Yeah.
I want to see as much of it as I can while I'm here.
Yeah.
So I'm like never in my hotel room.
Funnily enough, I was the only time I've been like that is when we were touring America, right? Because I remember like almost every city I was like trying to do something or meet someone who I knew there, and I actually got to see like quite a lot of America. But I feel like it was weird for me because that wasn't a holiday for me. That was like work. So I was like, I'm going to take advantage of this because I'm traveling America and I'm on a work schedule anyway. So I ain't got time to relax. But if I'm actually going on a holiday. I want to do nothing, basically.
Oh yeah, I want to do nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, I get that.
Man, I really want to go back to Europe now and just like go around, eat all the good food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
'Cause
guys had it so good and you never realized it.
Well, no, because I also like I remember we traveled a lot because my parents, they wouldn't really buy us like any like material things. It was always like we'll go on
Experiences.
We'll go on
Yeah.
vacation
Yeah.
instead. And as a kid, I was like, I'd rather have an Xbox, but I never got the Xbox. But I remember that when we did travel Europe, because my mum. We would do it on like because we would normally go camping, right? So we would drive there, then we would camp. So it was all done on like a really big budget.
Yeah.
So we'd never buy food. It was always like you would you go to the supermarket, get ingredients, and cook. And I'm like, fuck, man, wish I'd tried some of the.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have appreciated it as well, knowing me.
Yeah.
I always just ordered pizza anyway whenever I went anywhere.
I
The
also
universal food that
I
never
literally
fails.
across Europe. every single time we ever went to a restaurant, which was rare, I'd be like pizza,
Fair enough.
pizza please.
You know what you like.
And because you're like when you're like 15, you're like, damn, there are two foods: pizza and burger. That's it, man.
Burger.
That's it. At least for like, sorry, white people can't. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, that's white people food. Sorry. Other white people are gonna be like, no, we don't claim him. No, they're not.
Come get your hands.
Also want to touch less grass as well.
How so?
Want to play more video games.
Fuck yeah, man. I do, but I don't at the same time.
Yeah, I do, but I don't at the same time. I'm like, I can do that in my retirement.
Dude, yeah,
man.
sometimes I play games and I think, man, was it worth it? Was it worth losing a day? Like I like
Even if it's a game you're enjoying, right?
it really depends. Like
Yeah,
Elden Ring, I never felt that. Like the shit was so
Right.
god tier that I felt like I had to.
That's what you get
experience
for
this.
being a fucking TFT player, man.
But TFT, oh yeah, TFT. If I spend a day playing League or TFT or Overwatch, something like that, I do regret it always. I always regret
That's
it.
why I stopped playing competitive games because
Yeah.
it always feels like it's so easy to get addicted and into the grind.
Oh, yeah.
But I always felt like after I finised playing it, I'd wasted a day. Especially
sure.
if you're on the ranked table and you lose. You lose rank. You're like, okay, I made negative progress today, and I didn't do anything.
I just got annoyed.
Yeah.
But that's why it's great. Like in places like I really enjoy like as you well know, portable gaming. I don't particularly prefer it, but I do like the fact that I don't feel bad if I whip out my laptop and play a game of TFT at the airport.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I don't feel guilty about that. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm killing time and I'm enjoying this.
yeah.
Which is why I like.
The Steam Deck you like a lot.
I fucking love my Steam Deck. Start the Trail series now. That's my New Year's resolution.
Catch up on
no
the
wonder
trail series.
this guy says he wants to fucking play more games. Bro just signed his like life away.
I'm like,
If you don't know
50
what that is, good. Don't find out.
Oh,
What that
yeah.
is.
We talked about it in a
we
previous
talked about it in a
episode.
previous episode, and I followed through. I'm 15 hours into the first Trails game. and-
15 hours.
I
Yeah.
bought the game, but I haven't started yet. I'm scared, bro.
I think I've only had like in the past like 2 weeks since we spoke about it, I've had like 2 hours free tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I would never have started playing it if I didn't have my Steam Deck. So I didn't realize this, but when we were on tour, like in America, you could just buy a Steam Deck.
But you can now in Japan.
You can now in
Just-
Japan,
just
just
happened.
now. But we've been on a waiting list for like months and months and months here in Japan.
Yeah.
So I bought one to Sydney's house, and I had a Steam Deck, and
Man,
I didn't know what to play. But like now, I've just been, it's just been my activity to do before I go to bed. It's just a perfect little JRPG. Play, go to bed, and just
I really wanted to get it, and I was on the waiting list. I paid to like $10 to go on the waiting list in Japan.
Yeah.
And I got the email like 3 days ago that was like, hey, you can now get it if you want.
Right.
And I saw the price. I was like, it's $1,000. And I was like,
Damn, it's $1,000.
for the good model.
Oh,
And I
Oh,
was
it's a gaming PC. It's a portable gaming
Yeah,
PC.
I
And
guess.
I just kind of was
Yeah.
like, I actually don't think I'm going to use it. Like, and as much as like, because I really wanted it just because I'm a huge tech guy. I fucking love my tech. I love getting tech.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get it just because I really admired the product and I thought what it did was amazing.
Yeah.
But I just sat there. I was like, I actually just don't like realistically.
am I going to use it?
I don't think I'm going to
Can't
use
play
it.
TFT. Not going to use
Yeah, I
it.
can't. I like it. So like TFT just doesn't work on it, right? So no.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back. No TFT,
But so
no
I
purchase.
I sat down and I thought
Yeah.
genuinely like, what Steam games do I actually play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I realized I was like, none. I literally don't play Steam games.
That's
ever.
why I didn't even get onto the waiting list because I'm
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
don't play
I just-
on
it looked
I don't play
cool.
Steam as it is.
Yeah.
It looked cool. I just thought it'd be fun.
No, because like you say like, do you feel like you wasted a day playing video games? And like, playing the games I am now, finishing God of War, playing the Trail series now, I don't feel like I wasted a day. Actually,
Because that's games you like actually like are invested in and want to play.
yeah, and I'm going to remember my experience. I'm not going to forget my experience with God of War and stuff like that. That's something that's going to stick with me, and that's why I like story-driven games. Right? That's because it's something that I'm going to remember the experience playing this game. I don't feel like I wasted a day by making progress in this game because I do feel like I am making progress in this game. So it's just like, yeah, I'm going to remember my time with it. So no, I don't feel like I'm going to waste
In
a
that
day.
sense, yeah, I kind of have that same feeling with like when I like read a book or something, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, some people will be like, oh, am I wasting a day reading a book?
Yeah.
I was like, well, not really, because, at the end of the day, like a story-driven game, you are remembering a story. And
Yeah.
that story
Anything that makes you happy is
in
not
positive or negative way is going to have an impact on you, right?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you can choose to use, you can choose not to use.
Yeah.
But like with like a competitor game, for instance, it's like I'm not as invested in it because at the end of the day, the only thing I'm going to remember is, was I pissed off at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Did I make progress? No. Well, then what was the point?
After our Guilty Gear stream, I was like, fuck, I really want to play more Guilty Gear. But
Oh, no, it's gone.
I was
Me
just
and-
like, I really, really do. But I just like the thing that stopped me is just, I just don't gel with competitive games, right? Because I get to this point where I really like learning competitive games, but when I get past that point and I feel like you're just grinding the ladder, you've learned the mechanics, that's when I start feeling like I've wasted time in this game,
Well, I think the one benefit that competitive games have over story is that like there's a clear start and end to a game. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
Like if you play like Hearthstone, you know, you could play like 2-3 games, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Done. You can get out. Your
Yeah.
game is over. You have that window of like, do I start another game or do I just go back to work?
Yeah.
Or do I
Yeah.
go do something else,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing that at least like with like Elden Ring, it's like, dude, it's like never, like there's never a break. Like it's always go, story, open
Yeah.
world. And so I kind of like competitive games in that sense where like sometimes I will boot up, just play 2 games of Overwatch, go back to work. Like,
And
that's-
you
that's
like
like a
the
nice
whole
little
like
reset.
pick up and
yeah,
put down
I,
type
you know,
of
if I have
mentality.
lunch and I eat my lunch in 10 minutes, but I believe that I should probably take at least a 30-minute break from
Yeah.
doing stuff. It's like, okay, well now I'll, you know, I'll play 2 games of Overwatch, then I'll go back to work or something. Or I'll
Yeah.
play 1 game of TFT. Or,
Yeah.
or I'll, you know, play a game of Hearthstone.
Yeah.
I don't play Hearthstone anymore. But yeah, that kind of mentality of I like that there are clear start and stop times.
Right.
And it's very much up to you if you want to.
See,
away
one
hours.
thing I realized, because after coming back on tour, there was this like week or 2 week period where I guess like I had to like reacclimate to the normal work schedule again after
I was right back in it.
you were right back
I
in it.
got right back in, like 2
couldn't,
days
man.
when I got
fucking like 4 or 5 weeks until I was like, I need to just like not be in front of an audience for a while. I just need to like be in my own zone. I need to like, I've touched too much grass recently. And it's like, I'm like, I need to not touch grass for a while.
Yeah.
And I just had like a week long period where I just did nothing but just like catch up on my anime and just play games and I'd go on dates with Sydney and spend like some quality time. And I'm just like, fuck, this is so nice. And I've missed this feeling of, remember when you were in school, right? And it was like a school holiday. And so you had like 3 months or something. So you just spend a whole week playing nothing but video games and watching anime, and you had no pressure to do anything because you knew that the school year didn't start for like another 2-3 weeks or something like that. That to me is like such a magical feeling that I'd forgotten about, because being self-employed, you always think you can be doing something, right? You can be working towards something, right? There is no mental reset of school starts in 3 weeks. Therefore, I have 3 weeks to allow myself to do nothing.
I believe
right?
what you discovered was the feeling of retirement.
Sounds
Like, that's exactly what
like
I-
Garnt wants to retire.
That just sounds like, you're like, the retired life is kind of nice. I don't have to think about doing work.
It's always the grass is always green on the other side, right?
Yeah.
If you retired after a few months of taking it easy, you'd probably be like, damn, I really want to work.
No,
again. I really
so
want to make something. You know what I mean?
So what I'm talking about isn't retirement. What I'm talking about is balance, actually.
I know.
no, I get that.
Yeah,
But
because
like, the idea of having like 3 weeks off of doing nothing on the same kind of vibe
3 weeks
that-
off is a bit too long. But okay, would you feel bad? If you like now, if you just took a week off, right? Took a week off from work and just played video games.
Oh yeah, God yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm not at that state mentally right now where I can do that and feel comfortable. Right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm kind of at this point where I like taking breaks in between work days.
Yeah.
I'm like a break workday kind of mentality. I don't like just doing like the full like work for 1 week and then you can take a break for 1 week. Like,
We're extremely lucky in a way where we actually have a choice. That
Yes, of course.
We can decide, hey, I want to take a week off. You know,
how
I think-
busy we are is completely up to us.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't have that choice, and I think just being the ability to be able to take a week off is like, I don't know, even in that itself is like, that is kind of fulfilling in a weird way, where it's like, even though I'm not going to take a week off, knowing I can kind of helps me, keeps me motivated in a weird
right.
way.
I'm grinding now so I can retire faster.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like, okay, I've worked really hard on all of this YouTube stuff, and of course we're all very lucky. We're all extremely lucky, right? But we also I think we work our asses off.
Yeah.
And I think knowing that, hey, if I want to take a week off or I want to take 2 weeks off, and I have the ability and we've worked to the point where we have that option, I think, okay, that enough is like very fulfilling.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily need to take them off.
Yeah. Yeah, because like guaranteed there are people watching this that will just take a week off just to fucking do nothing, right? And
Well,
just,
I think a lot of people don't, like, they get the week off. It's like, this is your week off now.
Yeah.
Because that's like how normal.
Yeah, and all the more
office
power
work.
to them, you know?
yeah. And
Do it. Fucking do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, because like for me, for example, the reason I said play video games is because I think out of like the three of us, I probably game the least.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. And part of the reason for that is because like mentally, I hate going into a video game. I hate gaming if I know that I got to stop after a certain point. I love going into a video game knowing I will stop when I want to stop. But if I start a video game,
you can't sit down and be like, all right, I play this game for 3 hours and then I turn it off no matter what and start working.
Yeah. I can't be like, I need to be somewhere in 2-3 hours, so I only have 2-3 hours to play this game. Even just knowing that, I'm like, I'm not going to start the video game, because if I'm really into a game, I want to play until I want to stop playing.
That's so weird.
I kind of get that feeling.
Yeah,
but the fact that even if you had like 3 hours, that's a long time.
3 hours.
Well, in JRPG world, it is not a
Bro,
long time.
when I'm into a game, like I was playing God of War for like 5 hours minimum at a point, just because I was so fucking invested.
Right. But like, I love that feeling of like, be like, God damn, I gotta go and do something, and then the whole time you're doing something, you're like, damn, I can't wait to get back to the game, dude. This can be hard.
You like that?
I love that.
For me,
that's how I know I've got a banger.
Yeah,
on my hands.
Because I hate that, because for me, like, I can't focus on the thing I'm doing because I'm just thinking about the video game.
What if that's like the difference in like the
skill diff?
Skill diff.
Well, I wonder if that's like an ADHD thing, where like I'm fine with that. Like that feeling is fine. I'm content with it. Or maybe it's, I don't know. Like I'm just curious. Maybe
I don't know. I just love the feeling. I think this is with all media for me. I just love the feeling of like being completely absorbed into something.
I do fucking hate it if I have to stop watching something on like Netflix or something halfway through like an episode. Yeah, that pisses me off, because I'm like, can we at least stop at like a checkpoint? Yeah, like if like the documentary is like a 40-minute long 3 eps or something, and I have to stop 30 minutes in, I'm like,
well, that's the same with like a JRPG for me. It's like, I'd rather, instead of stopping at like the next
save points, right?
No, but like there's save points in a lot of games, and then there are like story transitions, right? Like I would much rather, I hate stopping at like save points before something big in this part of the story is about to happen. I'd rather just power through, if the time lets me, to just power through and get to that point where the story then takes a turn or goes in a different direction. And I'm like, okay, that's a good place to start. It's like, you know, if you're reading a book and you finish like halfway through a chapter versus just powering through and just finishing the chapter.
No, I agree. I think that like, that's obviously better. But with the game, sometimes those things are so few and far between.
Yeah, it depends on the game.
Points everywhere is because you can just save.
It depends on the game for sure. Yeah.
Modern games have just autosave.
Yeah.
For some reason, JRPGs haven't figured that out yet.
No.
Yeah, it's so weird because I'm playing Trails and it doesn't autosave.
Yeah. Shit is so fucking stupid.
So sometimes I die in a fucking fight or something, or sometimes I die in a fight and I'm like, fuck, when did I last save? Wait, when did I last have to think about saving before a boss fight? And it doesn't just automatically do this for me. It's been a while.
Back in my day, I saved 3 times just to be sure. I'm like, did I save? But did I actually save? No, did I really save?
Okay, here's the real question. If you manually save, do you just have one save file that you overwrite every time?
Hell no.
Or do you have like fucking 10 million different? Are you a single saver or you're a multi-file?
I bet none of you ever fucking.
I am a multi-file saver for sure.
I'm I don't know, 50-50.
50-50.
I'm like, no.
Just keep overriding.
I'm like every new checkpoint, I go to the new file, and then if I run out of files, but then if I run out of files, like say, you know, it's like 10 or 20 files. If I run out of files, I go back and overwrite the first one.
Yeah, because you're never going to go back to those save files.
No.
You're not, but it's just
it's comforting to know the selection is there.
It's comforting to know that you could. You could if you wanted to, even though you're never going to. Okay, because I was a single file save Andy for like a while. Yeah, and then I played Persona 5. And then I'm like, no. Every choice my choices have consequences, and you only have a certain amount of time you can spend with people. Okay, this requires multiple saves.
I need to make sure I made the right choice.
Yeah. Did I go back to any of those saves? Absolutely not. But it was nice having that mental safety net just in case I wanted to increase my social link with someone else on that day.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. It's certain
with Persona 5, I actually used those multiple save files because I actually wanted to like go through all the routes, and I was like, I'm not playing through the first 15 hours again just to end up.
You're such a fucking liar. You've completed it like 3 times.
I have, yes. But the first couple of times, I was just like, no, just go back to the save file. Then I'm like, no, it's not the same. I'll just start a new file.
What about you, Connor? Is there any goals at all aside from just make cool stuff?
I don't know.
Something specific
and rank higher in TFT.
Yeah, I think I don't know. In my mind, big lofty goals you make at the start of the year are just sort of setting yourself up for disappointment a lot of the times. I find. I think some people. Sorry, I sound like I was fucking vomiting. So I think some people they help, and some people they're detrimental. I'm sure you've known many people who have been like, "I'm going to do this," and like they never ever do anything they ever say ever. I'm sure you know people who do this.
Okay. Let me rephrase the question.
Sure.
Is there anything you're excited to do?
Yeah, loads of things.
Excited about in 2023?
Yeah. Some stuff I don't want to say because
of course.
I don't know if they're going to happen. There's a few things I really want to do. There's a direction I want to go with. Maybe some live stuff that I really want to try and make happen, get off the ground. I think I just want to. I'm always looking to evolve my content because that's how I get like personal fulfillment. Making something cool and having a great time doing it, where everyone wins, like the viewer, I have a great time. People working on it have a great time. Yeah, that's what I really chase. And I think gaming for me is like a great relax, and it's something I always loved my entire life. And if I can find a good game that I love and I don't feel bad about playing, that's a win too. It's like I'm looking for little wins all across the board, right?
I'll take any W I can get.
It's all about the small dubs.
I also want to spend more time with my family this year. I due to COVID, I really get to spend a lot of time with them. Even this year, I only got to saw them like once. In the entire year, like one day. And so
you did. Holy shit!
Wait, it was one day.
Yeah, I've only seen them one day. Because of COVID shit that happened. And I really want to spend more time with them. I also want to just, I weirdly want to just miscellaneously get good at weird stuff. I really want to get a motorcycle license for no reason. Just go. To the UK.
I have thought about getting like a moped license.
I realized I was like, okay, well, I more often than not when I go and spend time with my family, and this is my brain min-maxing, right? I'm like, oh well, sometimes like during the day they're doing their own thing and I'm doing my own thing, and then we all hang out in the evenings and we all have that family time. And I realized, I could probably just go back, do this like 4 or 5 day motorcycle course during the day, and then hang out with them in the evening. And I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. I'm
min-maxing family gatherings.
But no, I'm just thinking, I'm like, because I want to do that, and I'm like, oh, this makes sense because I want to do it in the UK as well. Yeah, right. And I'm like, oh, I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't know why I want to get a motor. I have no desire to actually like ride motorcycles often. I'm like, that would just be cool to have, and also I actually would like to ride some mopeds in Japan and other motorcycles.
I have thought about getting a moped license in Japan, just to be like, it'd be nice to just like, if I had like a couple of hours free, just jump on a moped and just go somewhere.
Weak mopeds you can I think you don't need any particular training for in Japan. I can't remember.
I looked into this. In Japan, if you want to ride like those, not a motorcycle. Motorcycle, you have to go to like an actual driving school. But like the actual like scooters and like mopeds, you can just, all you have to do is just like go to a place and you can just take an online test, I think.
It's like because it depends on the CC of the vehicle, how powerful.
And you can just take an online test for like $50 or something, and if you pass, you get the license immediately.
Because also we want to do more big things as well, and I thought, it could be really cool if we had like, we did some kind of content that evolved around modes of transport, and if I could ride any type of motorcycle. Like, okay, cool. Also, it just feels weird. I'm like, isn't that sick that you can just acquire these like skills? I think that's awesome.
It's collecting the Chaos Emeralds of skills.
Like I don't particularly like. Like I also
there could not be a more gamer way to say it. You can just acquire skills.
Guys, I kind of discovered life has a skill tree. I think, and I can min-max.
I think that we're a lot of the times people don't have the time, don't have the money, don't have the need to want to learn some of these more odd skills or not common skills. And I just thought, in opposition we're extremely lucky, and I feel like I should learn. Just can't constantly be trying to learn new skills that are useful. And I feel like if it's 5 days in my life and then I can ride motorcycles the rest of my life, that's pretty fucking sick. Yeah. Like that'd be kind of nice. And I thought about stuff like that, and I'm like, man, would be cool to be able to drive a truck. I don't even know why I want to drive a truck, but I'm like, that'd be sick to be able to do that.
Just to say you can.
Could you imagine it? I'm like, boys, bus, by the way, I'll drive it. Like, that'd be awesome. Like,
it's like that one person that just has every type of license. And it's like, you don't need every type of license.
I have no desire for this. Is it weird that I want to do it? I think so. But I also think that like you
think you get a pilot's license as well?
That's a way more work. That's not like, cause if it's something you could do within X amount of days, I'm like, oh yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Like why not?
Connor's like min-maxing skill trees. It's like, what's the most skills I can acquire for the least amount of effort, basically.
No, right. Like there are so many things out there that are like very like not that hard to kind of be able to do, and then you can do them for life.
It's like becoming fluent in Japanese now. That's like years of work.
Well, no, like,
becoming a motorcycle driver, 2 days.
See,
work.
I started with learning how to solve a Rubik's
like,
Cube. That's pretty easy to do.
So like the Japanese thing, right? That's a slow burn. That takes a long time. It's
Yes,
not
of
a rush.
course.
But like I love the idea that you can do these like short courses or short things, and then you walk out with a lifetime skill.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Absolutely.
And if you have the time and the ability and the money to be able to do it, all right, sure. Like because you can do courses in like, it depends on what type of license you want, but you can do it like 3 to 5 days.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to do more.
And then you can
things like
transfer
that
to
as well.
Japan.
Yeah.
That's like fucking awesome.
For sure.
That's sick. I want to ride a Harley. That'd be so fucking awesome. Harleys are so sick. I saw these dudes in Japan when we were cycling in Hokkaido. Dude, they were motorcycling across Hokkaido, and it looked so fucking fun. It looked so cool.
I think it's fun because you're doing it with the boys, right?
Yeah, there's like 2 of them doing it, man. I was hyped. But then if you have a certain license, like the best one, you can have people ride with you.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
that
yeah.
would be fucking cool.
That would be
dude. You're
great.
like, Joey, hop on the back. Let's go. By the way, I did 3 days of motorcycle training. But you
have to lean into the curve with me.
Yeah. I just thought that's really cool. That'd be fun.
No, 100%.
I really want to try and learn more of these like skills that are very like quick to acquire, but lifetime.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that sentiment. Like, again, like during the pandemic, especially, I was at that point where I'm like, what are like some things that I could easily learn at home that are going to be completely useless to me, but it's just cool to say that I can do it. And like learning how to solve a Rubik's Cube was like one of them. It's like, it's not going to fucking get me.
Everyone had that pandemic skill. That
It's like, it's not going to get me a
Baking
job,
bread.
but it's a cool bar trick now that I can do. So fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, like I think that
bar trick.
It's a cool bar trick.
Bartender, bring me a Rubik's Cube now.
yeah, I think that would be like just awesome. And I'm always wanting to improve myself and learn new skills. And I think, why not? Like, and I don't know why I decided, I was like, I kind of want to learn motorcycle first. That feels very achievable, very easy. Well, not easy, but very, very doable. And also I get to see my family at the same time. So I was like, all right, that sounds like a good goal. For
sure.
Sounds like a nice one. That'd be fun. Yeah. Maybe then we can do like car versus train versus motorcycle. We'll do that with that. That's right. This is fun. Like, think about the content as well. We have so much content out of this.
Sure.
Always the content brain with you, man.
No, it's both. It's all. It's like if the Venn diagram, it fits everything. That's why am I not doing it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
I get it.
That's awesome.
I get it.
Yeah, no, I totally understand, and I totally understand that that's just the way your
That's how
brain
the
is
brain
wired.
works,
You're like
I hate this idea that everything in fucking life you need to be super goddamn passionate about, and that like, oh, you don't have a good enough reason to do something. Fuck off. Maybe I just wanted to fucking do it on a whim.
Maybe I just want to do it.
Maybe I just wanted to try it. Like, I don't know if I like motorcycling. I was never in a family that did motorcycle. I don't fucking know. Well, I want to try it. Let me fucking get the license.
There always has to be a first.
Yeah, like that. I hate this notion that you have to have a good enough reason to do anything for fun or to learn things. You should. It's like, oh, you've never shown an interest in surfing before. Why are you surfing? It's like, fuck off. Maybe I just wanted to try it.
Yeah.
What's like the weirdest thing that you like picked up or learned before, just like randomly? Has there ever been anything like an activity
like a skill?
Huh?
Interpretive dance.
Have you actually?
No, I used to break dance when I was like 12 and shit. I'm still shit.
Yeah, because everyone as a kid, they tried this like one weird thing. Everyone has this one weird thing, whether they're a kid or an adult or something. They've tried something, a weird activity that they just never picked up again. For example, because they grew up or they ran out of time or something like that. So, like for example, I remember in university, I did a year of like ballroom and Latin America dancing.
Oh, hell yeah,
really?
that's sick.
Yeah, I think like, the only reason I stopped was because third year of I did 2 years of it. I did like third year of university. I had no time to do it. I think back and I was like, fuck, that was fun as hell, man.
I did karate for 3 months.
You did karate? What belt did you get
those roots.
What's the one above white? Brown?
Brown, yeah. Brown.
I did karate as a kid as well. I got to brown belt as well.
I got to brown, and then the training just got like, it just went like 10 levels higher, and I'm like, I'm good, fam. I'm checking out before I hurt myself.
I just like competitive sports, I guess. I always like those.
Yeah, because I noticed with a lot of these activities, right, with karate or something, it's easy to like get into, you hit a certain point maybe where it's like brown belt, where it's just like, I'm only casually doing this one activity. And then you will always hit that wall where if you want to make progress, it's just like, oh, the time investment suddenly just jumps up tenfold.
Now I have to be dedicated to doing
this.
Yeah.
It goes from like being just a casual fun activity to like a proper hobby You know what I mean?
There's so many hobbies like that. Like, especially when I was like in high school and shit, there was just so many things like that where I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a go. And then I would get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying this. And then I taught myself how to play flute. Just randomly. I never had an interest in the instrument, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll just see if I can learn it. And then I got pretty good, and then and then I hit that wall where it's like, oh, now I have to start learning these like new shit. Nah, I'm alright.
A lot of the times when you become an adult and you're working, you have a lot of time. People just stop learning stuff.
Yeah.
And I find that
because they're content with where they are, right?
and people also, at least this happened a lot in the UK. People would like make fun of you if you started learning something new, as an adult, because they were self-conscious that they weren't really trying to improve themselves or learn new skills.
Yes.
And I hate that so fucking much.
No, same.
Which is, again, I think
it's not even doing that. I feel like you got like, if you did some in the UK, at least in my experience as an adult, if you did something that was just outside of the circle of like what's normal, or just outside of what they perceive you as, your character, then you would be called out as being like, why are you doing this shit? It's a phase. It's a phase.
Yeah, Australia was the exact same.
Yeah, like, why are you trying to reach Japan? It's so far away. You moving
there?
That's very and I feel like it's the same thing with like learning as well, because a lot of adults, I feel like why there's this big stigma around, you learn languages, for example, better when you're a kid, or you just learn better when you're a kid. I think that's like complete fucking bullshit. It's just that, number one, you just run out of time to like learn things, because learning takes time. Learning a new skill takes time, but I feel like you are just as capable as an adult learning new things, new skills, whenever you want to. But the problem is, it's just harder to fit around your adult schedule.
That's saying of like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You absolutely can. It's just a matter of, are you willing to give it a go to begin with? Because if you're not, then of course you're not going to be able to.
There's a lot of studies been done that like learning skills and particularly language later on in life is really beneficial to like stopping any kind of, not stopping, but like, I think it was like, particularly language. If you learn language later on in life, it would reduce the risk of getting like Alzheimer's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it was unlocking like a certain part of the brain that you had.
Well, you're keeping your brain active.
I can't remember, but it was basically like learning stuff and doing that is very healthy. Whether it be just a Rubik's Cube or learning like flying a plane. Like all this stuff is great.
Well, even simple stuff like, playing chess or like mahjong and like board games that require a lot of like brain power and thinking is like, that's the reason why so many like older people play it. It's because they're keeping their brains active and healthy, right? And it's like, that's super important at a certain age. Obviously not at our age yet, but eventually we'll get to a point, hopefully if we survive that long, where, we'll need activities like that, and we'll need to be curious enough to be like, all right, what's something I can do? What's a new thing I can learn? What's something I can improve on? Because if you're just content with the shit that you have over the 60, 70 years that you've lived, then you're just going to end up being like, well, kind of fucking bored now. Not much to do. Brain empty.
I do want to be able to drive every vehicle. I don't know why.
All right.
What if I have my James Bond moment where I gotta steal every vehicle to get away? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just really like the idea of being able to.
It would be a cool bragging right?
Drive a boat, fly a plane, fucking ride a motorcycle, like do all this cool shit. I don't know why, for no particular
You never
reason.
have to worry when you're going, like, traveling somewhere.
Right?
Hypothetical question, all right? We're not hypothetical question, all right? We're not on the grind anymore. We're in retirement age. You're in retirement age, okay? You have all the free time in the world, and you can do anything you want. What are you doing?
I'll probably get a pilot license. I really want to fucking fly a plane.
I would travel to as many countries as I can. Like, just travel the world.
And then I'll do that.
The world. And then I'll do
I would fly myself to those countries.
It's like TSA, bitch, please.
This is your captain speaking. Me. Let's go.
I think I would start learning and picking up more musical instruments. I really
You can do that now.
I could. I just like... I miss playing the guitar, I think. I could easily...
I want to jam out with you, dude.
I miss playing it, but like...
You can learn as well.
I'll watch.
Yeah, you can learn as well. It's easy.
But if there's one musical instrument I've always wanted to play, my favorite musical instrument is probably the piano.
Okay. Saxophone.
Saxophone?
Second.
You want a saxophone?
Oh, saxophone would be fun as fuck.
Dude, you instantly get 10 times sexier.
You do.
I just want to get to the point where all I have to do is... and then just that's all. It's like that's the only thing I can play.
Piano has a certain elegance to it.
Yeah,
that
there's just something like that, just like mesmerizing about seeing someone.
Garnt's Asian side is showing.
It is the Asian side. I don't know, something about hearing like something about hearing like someone who's just really good at the piano.
It's good.
There's just something that just moves me in a way that no other like instrument can, and every other instrument
Had a
has.
saxophone in your face. You never had a saxophone in your face.
Although if I have a saxophone in my face, that's a different kind of like feeling, bro. I'm like
that
bricked
rocks
up.
up.
Bricked up, man.
Yo.
Yeah. There's a big difference between chakra opening and bricked up.
I just like every time I talk to Kevin, I remember like when Kevin, when I found out Kevin was composing for like Rising of the Shield Hero, and like I've heard isekai soundtracks before, right? And I was like, let's see what Kevin would do, right? And like I watched the first few episodes, and it's just like kind of like the generic kind of fancy things. Then I like out of nowhere in this one scene, he just breaks out the fucking saxophone. I'm like, fucking hell, Kevin. Yo, I didn't need to be bricked up in an isekai, man. Kevin, please stop, man. Holy shit.
Now's not the time.
Yeah, now is not the time, Kevin.
Yeah.
You're a fucking genius, by the way. That saxophone. Woo.
Yeah, I definitely would want to learn more instruments as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's like there's no reason why. There's no deeper fucking love. It's just I just
want to give it a go.
Something in my head wants me to do that. I don't know.
I
why.
want to be like that cool dad or that cool uncle who's just like, yeah, what do you want to do? There's a lot of cool things I can show you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's why I totally get the wanting to have every like driving license
Could
or
you
like
imagine, dude,
operating
you're like,
license.
You're like, boys, we're gonna fly? I'll fly it.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
even
fucking tight.
if
Yeah.
it's something that's like I'm never gonna like I might use it once in my life. Like
Yeah.
I have a forklift license.
No, because like
I'm OSHA certified.
Yeah, it's like it's like fuck. You need a forklift driven? Yeah, I got you.
turn up to the Amazon warehouse, boys.
Boys, I can do that for you.
My time has come,
Yeah,
boys.
step out of the way.
Step out the way.
I learned how to drive this thing 30 years ago.
Yeah, because I have an uncle that does have a pilot's license. And
It takes a long time to get. It's not.
does,
It's
it does.
expensive
Yeah.
to get.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta have money.
Yeah.
And
time.
because I think he lives in Australia, and apparently like where
There's huge amounts of
pilots.
land,
So it's actually quite
a lot of small airstrips.
Yeah, exactly. So it's quite easy to find a place to get your pilot's license. Still takes a fuck ton of time, though.
Oh yeah, gotcha. There's so much exams and stuff as well.
But like, I'm fucking jealous, man, because my nephew is also like in the process of getting his
sick.
pilot's license, and he's fucking 18. I'm like, fuck you, man. How'd you get to be so cool when you're 18? Fuck you.
That is such a bragging right as well at 18.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I can fly a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was in university one time, and this guy, he was on my course. His dad was a recreational pilot, just for fun.
Yeah.
He did engineering or something, and his dad would, so to drive from South Wales to like North England, it was like 4, 5, 6 hours.
Yeah.
Depending on where you go. And he was just like, oh yeah, no, my dad's gonna pick me up at the local airport, like it's a tiny little strip, and fly him back. Can you believe that? I was like, God,
That's so
damn.
cool.
I was like,
so cool.
I was like, how long is that? It's like I don't know, like 40, 30 minutes. I'm like, that's fucked up.
The only thing cooler than that is like
you get to fucking skip all this traffic. No fucking luggage fees. Like you just get to fucking go on the fucking tarmac.
the only thing just as
plane.
cool as that is like a helicopter license, dude.
I want that too. I want that too.
Yeah, that would be epic. You'd be like, yeah, my dad's coming to pick me up in the helicopter. It's like, son, where are you? Fucking bring the chopper out.
God, I can't remember how it works. I know that. I think helicopters are way more expensive. I think
Yeah.
To get the license?
to have a helicopter.
Oh, to have a helicopter. Yeah,
think
I'm
so,
sure.
I think so.
Really? Than a plane? I guess maybe they're not as common, right? Or,
I think
Yeah, I
the,
mean,
the
like-
Cessna planes are. I mean, obviously they're sort of expensive. I think also, just from my engineering course, I remember this. The way that planes and airplanes are like. I might need to fact check this guy. I think like a plane, it's like, you know how like a car has miles, right?
Yeah.
We judge a car by like it's 10,000 miles.
Yeah.
A plane is like the moment it like is done, it starts ticking. Like how long it's allowed to like operate without like, maintenance and
Yeah.
stuff. But I think helicopter is similar to cars. I can't remember.
or it's miles.
There's something different about it. I remember that
Planes
they
have a
told
use
us-
by date.
Yeah, planes literally have like the moment they're done, they start ticking on like, okay,
Yeah.
you have to maintenance them every X amount of months or they're not allowed to fly.
Right. Well, I mean, that makes
check.
sense.
I would hope so.
And
honestly.
like, so
I mean, cars are
that's
kind of the
why
same,
that's
right?
why you lose a lot of money when the plane is just sitting there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're
You need to be actively riding them. Yeah.
If you use a plane every single moment, it's like possible in the air. It like the way that it's checked and the way that it's serviced is no different to if that plane has been in a hangar with no use at all.
Right.
In terms of like how it's cared for. It needs to be like the same kind of service. So that's why a lot of the times when they have planes, it's like go.
Yeah. Use it as much as you can.
Because it's it's fucking expensive to keep a plane going.
Yeah.
What about
Especially
what about like a boat license?
I want a boat license. That's way more
like a
achievable.
sailor's license or what are they
No,
called?
you can sail. You can sail a boat. You don't need
like a
license.
yacht license?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a powered.
Yeah.
After a certain size, I think. I can't remember what it is.
I would definitely go fishing more.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Boat license would be, and boat license is very achievable.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I wonder if they transfer from like other countries to Japan. I don't know if they do. I know
Not sure.
because that'd be hype.
That would be
Just
high.
go and get my boat license in the UK. Be like, how Japan? Let me transfer.
Give me the yacht.
Because basically, TLDR, if you come from a foreign country, get your licenses in that foreign country and then transfer them to Japan because it sucks in Japan.
Yeah.
And it's funnily enough, a lot of licenses are transferable. You know,
Except for Americans. Certain states.
Unless you do an exam, right?
Certain states. Yeah, you have to do it. You can transfer it. You have to do an exam and a test.
Oh,
You have to do a
shit.
test still.
Oh, wow.
And the test only in Japanese, which fucking sucks.
Ripperonis.
I think Boiis this year, Trash Taste has been a resounding success, dare I say.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
yeah. It's been like this year has been the busiest year of my life. Not just obviously.
Saying that shit every year, dog.
I mean,
Oh,
it's-
no, we've been saying this for months, though. This
Yeah.
year's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we
much.
knew, but like,
Yeah.
I just feel like with our careers, it's just every year, it's just one upping itself in terms of business.
Yeah,
right?
I think
2023 is going to be.
Honestly, I'm saying it
Hectic.
right now. I don't think next year is going to be as busy, and I'm fine with that. You know, I think
You don't
I
think so?
I think it's probably going to
I think it's going to be just as busy.
Oh no, man! You haven't tried planning a wedding.
Yeah.
On
Oh, yeah, I guess
from,
we-
from a different
Yeah, true,
country on
true.
top of going on
I guess
tour
that's true.
and touring conventions and everything like
That's
that
true.
and filming
Yeah,
specials.
you were definitely twice as busy as.
Oh
you
yeah,
were this
yeah.
year. Yeah.
I remember it was just like the moment it hit me was the moment where I was just like, I felt like I never thought I'd get to a point where I would just fly back to Japan for 10 days just to film like Trash Taste episodes, then fly back to another country to go plan my wedding again, and then
yeah.
fly back to like go fly America like the week after I'd finished my wedding.
That's right.
To go film more Trash Taste and film more specials. I was like,
Yeah, that schedule. Now that I think back to it, I'm
Yeah.
like, how the fuck did we do that?
yeah.
that was intense.
Yeah, it was like it was a bit too intense. I feel like next year is still going to be. It's still going to be intense. I'm not saying it's not going to be like a walk in the park and everything like that. But I feel like this year was kind of pushing it, like pushing it to its limit.
Yeah,
a lot,
it's
you
not
know?
until like friends and stuff like that ask me about like the tour and stuff like that and like
Yeah.
what we've been doing this year, like going to the US and going to the UK,
Yeah.
Australia, all that, and then them going, man, that sounds fucking insane. Like, how did you do it? It's not until someone says that where I'm just like, yeah, it was kind of insane.
A lot of planning. A lot lot of planning.
Yeah.
Good planning can prepare for anything. Also, there's like I realized that like since we went to America the first time this year, some people who I used to hang out with, semi often. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen them in like 6 months, and they live in the same country as them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
it's weird because when you're in like when you plan everything beforehand, you don't really when you know something's coming up, you don't really have the mental time to like switch off to like really reflect on it and be like, wow, I'm doing a lot. Because in the moment you're like, yeah, I just got this next thing. I can't think about I'm doing a lot because I need to think about the next thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it's only now that everything's stopped that I'm like, fuck, I did a lot. That was difficult. Let's make it still a lot, but manageable.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think next year is going to be. I have like we have like Trash Taste projects that we got planned for next year, and I have like some personal projects. I'm sure we all have personal
Oh,
projects.
Yeah. Oh boy, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy!
Oh yeah, baby.
Shoo.
That I'm excited to work on my personal projects because this year has been a lot of Trash Taste projects, and I'm like, let's do Trash Taste and personal stuff as well, and it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. I think
min-maxing.
Min maxing.
Big W.
Big-
for boys.
Min-maxing the dub for the boys. But yeah, I guess
Thank you to
that's
you guys
it.
as well for watching Trash
Holy
Taste
shit.
for another year.
Yeah, holy
It's,
fuck.
there's been some episodes you guys liked, some you didn't like as much, but ultimately you stuck around, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you just subscribed today, or you subscribed, 2.5 years ago when we started, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know who else we appreciate? Our patrons.
These guys.
You guys stuck around
These
for
guys.
a whole
Guys,
year.
these are the real ones, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, if you would like to support the show for the next year, 2023 Trash Days, then make sure to go over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Trash Days. Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit. And if I hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy New
We'll
Year.
see you guys in 2023.
All right.
Bye.